Hi guys, I'm alive. I'm here. How are we? Um. So about yesterday, right? Wednesday, right? So we were gonna do it, but there was no maintenance. So yeah, because I already saw people were on my ass about movie night yesterday. There was no maintenance. There was no maintenance. There was no point. There was no maintenance. There's something on my note. Why are you playing Meteorologist? Because like I do with every character, people are not gonna actually listen to what I have to say unless I have the credentials for it, ignoring the fact that I actually like study the game, etc. So yeah, I have to I gotta play the character live. Losing all your shots, I would say that. Like Meteorologist is mid, but that doesn't mean she's bad. Invite me. You want to play with me, Pearl, while I'm gonna play Meteorologist? I hope you know that's all I'm playing the entire session, right? She's fun as hell at least? Oh yeah, 100%. She's fun. She's just not. She's just not good. Start with Pokemon Black, Strawberry. Start with Pokemon Black. Pokemon Black, Gen 5. Gen 5 on top. Gen 5 best gen. Only Gen 5, nothing else. Hmm. Hospital right now. Very happy to be have a distraction while sports. Oh, well, I hope everything's going good at the hospital, Bear. Gen 5 Glazer. I'm in enemy territory. Yes, I'm a Gen 5 Glazer. Professional Gen 5 Glazer, actually. Professional, I'd like to add. I professionally glaze Gen 5. Thank you very much. Uh, they're afraid of my meteorologist. Did I see Santi's tweet? Yeah, unfortunately, I saw Santi's tweet. Unfortunately. Gen 7 overhated? Oh yeah, 100%. My meteor is trash, bruh. It's okay, we're gonna learn together. What did Santi do? He posted another like one of his like drawings slash like animations where it's me, Hikaru, Z's and him. And yeah, the audio is about it's me and I'm shirtless apparently and I'm like I like being shirtless and then it follows up with now I'm going to take off my pants at a countdown. And I'm like yes. Check Santi's Twitter. Check Santi's Twitter. Lore accurate animation. The thing about the animation is that during my when my character was counting down, it was literally like Santi's character went from 5 to 1 cuz he wanted to you know, yeah, do with that information up to yeah. Smiles, maybe it's best you don't get it. Maybe it's best you don't get it. Maybe it's for the best that you don't get it. Good evening, Tata. Freaky devil at work, yes. Did Vina see? No, I'm gonna show Vina when she gets home from work, actually. I'm gonna show it to Vina when she gets home from work. Hope everyone's Thursday has been good, though. Somebody in my server just said Pokemon Black, totally not biased, and they have a Tepe profile pic. That's so real. I'm in a treehouse right now? Oh shit, my fault, cool guy. Yuka the cool. Treehouse is fire. It's going good because your videos is giving Wendy Gala. My third day has been good. I haven't got it. I got Tian Shen from the Link Click crossover. I want to get the Link Click skins, but I can't. I don't have the echoes. Good luck getting ranks inside of you. I pray you only get the Fun Hunters and Zero Josephs. Thank you, Ziesel. Thank you, Ziesel. I'm gonna need that. What are you planning for before rank? I'm glad you asked. I'm very glad that you asked. It's time for everyone's favorite reactor. Yeah, everyone's favorite reaction YouTuber. Zeus Reacts has returned. That might get me fucked. There we go. There we go. Take me back, Sonic. Bro, I love his tier list. He puts Night Watch in D tier for the memes. There's no way. Hey, thank you for the donut. I hope stream goes well. I hope everyone has a nice week, Sonic. Thank you, Tata. Also, with the Rowlet profile, the Goatlet profile picture, too. The Goatlet profile picture. Yeah. So today we're gonna be reacting to Hikaru's Survivor tier list. It's been a while since Hikaru made a tier list, so I'm interested to see how he thinks. So Hikaru, buddy, let's see if you have, if you won't give me an aneurysm. I am a little bit nitpicky when it comes to meta, so just let that be known. But yeah, like always, this is not for like attack or like, you know, like calling people dumb. This is all for discussion purposes and nothing else. So yeah, we're not here, we're just here to discuss, you know, and look at other people's perspectives. Is this based on preference, gameplay, or meta? I would assume meta because that's how Hikaru plays. Like Hikaru does like somewhat care about the meta and like how he views game balance. So I would assume this is based on meta. But I don't know for sure though. I'll have to text him. I think it's for rank. Yeah, rank meta. Okay, rank meta. Okay, I'll keep that in mind then. Rank meta. Oh yeah. So yeah, we're gonna get started. I'm probably gonna put this in like 1.5 times speed. Oh, this was never here. Oh wow, YouTube, we're getting fancy. So yeah. Like always, yeah, be respectful, chat. We're not here. Sad thing about new characters is tier list turned into 2-hour yap sessions. Yeah, Zeus, where's the reacting to your viewers tier list? The last time I did that, I got copyrighted. Like, unironically. Last time I did that, I got copyrighted. Okay.
Oh, know me, by the way. I'm Hikaru. I'm a Wolf Boy VTuber. I stream IDV a lot. I've been
How
peaked
does
here.
that how does that sound? By what? Copyrighted? Because they put like they sent a video of their tier list and they were playing like some like J-pop or like whatchamacallit, some Vocaloid song. So because of that, my video got copyrighted, and part of the stream also got copyrighted. That sounds good. All right, that's good. That's on you, bruh. Smiles. Rookie mistake. Which Vocaloid? I don't know. It's been like months. We all good with 1.5 speed? We all good with that? We all go with 1.5 times speed? All right.
On both Hunter and Survivor.
Like you guys can keep
I
up
think I
with
have like
that?
34 stars in Survivor once in Titan, and then like I just kind of sit at 25 in Hydra because it's a lot of work. But this is
All
my
right.
opinion for
All right. Let's go then. So, this is just the start. I'm gonna skip all the filler.
Doctor. I
Whoa. He already put people.
can put him in B tier or C tier, but I feel like if there were any Survivor, I still feel like is pretty bad.
Okay.
I mean,
Mother.
starting with
Okay.
Lucky Guy. Lucky Guy, I still feel like is pretty bad. I mean, like I can put him in B tier or C tier, but I feel like if there were any survivors that would go down to C tier, out the Lucky Guy here. I forget where I put him last year. I have to check again. In my opinion,
Lucky Guy's not C tier. You have to put respect on Lucky. Santi. Yes, I saw your animation. Lucky Guy in B. I put Lucky Guy in B. I don't agree with Lucky Guy in C tier. Lucky Guy has too much usability against stuff like Opera Singer and Goatman, for example. It's a niche, but like you have to respect what he can do. I don't agree with Lucky Guy in B. You got to put more respect on Lucky Guy's name. You should show it. All right, YouTube. All right, YouTube. Sorry, you're gonna have to see this when this happens. But yeah. Anyways, follow me on Twitter. This is Santi's beautiful animation.
Hey, little boys.
Where's your shirt?
I like it this way. I'm gonna take my pants off in 5, 4,
1.
What? Hey, little boys.
Yeah.
He's just like, yes, a jack of all trades, but I don't think that's what you need for a team. The only thing he has that's like better than most people is like his versatility, I guess. But now that there are survivors out there that can be versatile and also not have all the downsides of like the mediocre item usage, I think that like Lucky Guy is pretty mid. Here is, I don't think like there's a ton to be said about Lucky Guy because
Whoa. You just said that Lucky Guy could be mid, but you put him in C tier, which is like not mid. Like mid is like literally like the middle of the tier list. Like you can't like I'm
the like all the
probably
items that you
just
could
different
pick out,
definitions
yes,
of
it's great
mid,
to have any
yeah.
item that you need, but like if you needed a football, you only get like 40% of the football or like 50% of it, and you can't stun people with it. If you get the mech bot, you can't deco while you're off chair, or while you're on chair, or while you're downed. You can only mechanic can do that. And
But that's still usability though. Like you're stating things like, yeah, it's limited resource. Like you only get half of the resource, but that's still half of the resource. Like half of a mechanic bot is still like practically a full cipher. Half of a forward football is still like transition from one part of the map to the other. Like that's still big.
also you only get like 50% of the bot anyways. If you go, I don't know, coordinator, the stun lasts like a whole second less.
Get to
So
Gardener, we'll
Lucky
get
Guy
to
is like
Gardener.
pretty average. If you needed a gun or something, you might as well just go coordinator, right? So plus like coordinator has that like all the other passives that other survivors get. Like sure you avoid their downsides, but you don't get their upsides either. The fact that like coordinator speeds up a little bit around pallets, that's really nice to have. Or like forward stun for the football, like I said earlier, the little stuff that other survivors can have.
Jesus Christ. How good is limited resources but being adaptable to most scenarios is def good? Exactly. That's why I'm like, nah. How good is Lucky Guy if he gets chased first? It depends on your RNG. Like, as long as you don't get a syringe or some shit, you're fine.
I would put her in like C tier also. Oh my god. I
See,
feel
this
better
I
for, like,
agree.
the early survivors down here because
Yeah,
like although
no.
Doctor is like weirdly good against a lot of hunters that
No, it's just
aren't
not.
currently in the meta, she's gonna lose to all the meta hunters any day of the
Yes.
week. I don't see
Okay.
Doctor very often.
Good.
She is just a little too weak.
Good.
Like the only thing she does
Good.
is try to win mind games on her
Good.
pallets, but it's still really
Good.
weak against
Yes,
most hunters.
Doc in
Like a
there.
lot of hunters have a way to get around pallets.
The only reason Doc is not in D tier is because of her niche, like a hyper niche skill to like semi counter Ivy by forcing Ivy to chase and not pressure.
It's like Weather Clerk can record you if you try to mind game her and just bully you through it, and can literally just stun you at the pallet and then hit you after it drops. Geisha can just go through the pallet, she doesn't have to worry about it. On top of that, like her pallet camping doesn't work against any other super strong hunters either. Like Hullabaloo, Ivy, Goatman. I don't know, maybe Goatman. It'd be kind of weird, but I don't trust it. Previous second Doctor, this is such a valid spot for her. Yeah, I mean like a good Doctor. I've seen Doctors cook before, but I don't think like it's a huge result of her playing Doctor. The only thing she can do
Tram on
really well
S
is like
tier and
soak a ton of
pallet, A tier,
damage,
correct,
but I don't
Santi,
think
correct.
that's good because one, it gives the hunter presence, and two, if you mess up the harassment, it could be pretty bad. Or most of even like the mid-tier hunters probably have a way to deal with harassment, especially harassment that doesn't directly threaten the hunter that's picking up the survivor. So like a gardener can like break the chair, a cowboy can get the lasso, but the doctor literally just stands in front of you and that's it. Yeah, I'm sure there's really good doctor players out there, and I've
Did we
seen some of
talk
them before.
about
It's just
doctor
that like
harassment? No,
I
no.
feel like there's better options out there. The lawyer.
No, there is.
I would put him in A tier. Honestly,
Yeah.
I thought he was an S, but like now that I think about it, the rotation super duper strong. But I feel like in certain maps or certain areas, if he doesn't get a really good head start, that he's pretty weak. Like the map is so good. It's
can-
actually so good for mind gaming the hunters. If you get a head start
Yeah.
and you try to rotate them, lawyers like S tier rotations.
I think
and in
lawyer's
terms of
top
fighting,
of A.
I think he would only
Lawyer
be A
top
tier,
of
though.
A.
But he would be like top of A tier. I still firmly believe that like lawyer is a really strong survivor
agree with
because
that.
there's still literally no downsides to him. But if you're against
put
like a really
Thief in
chasey
C.
style hunter,
Thief
like
in
an
C
Ann,
next.
I think he would still get cooked unless you're super good at dodging those cats. But then again, it's more reliant on the hunter messing up than the lawyer like doing a crazy play. The mind game would have to go insane here. But I do think lawyer has his spots in teams. Like having Z's give me the information that like, oh, the hunter's starting to chase you. I can early rotate. That's so useful to have.
That
Otherwise,
is.
I just jump out of Cypher and start Cypher rushing. I feel like that's how a lot of hunters get the early hits that like you don't see them coming or they don't early rotate. So lawyer fixes that problem a lot. Thief, I don't know. Like I don't really see Thief enough to have a good idea of
Put
him.
that boy
He
in
has
C,
his
bro.
places. Yeah, like I've seen some Thief.
Put that boy in C, bro. Put that boy in C. Put that boy in C. Like, put that boy in C. Put that boy in C, bro. Thief is not. The flashlight is fun, right? The flashlight is fun. It's funny. Like it's not that bad. It really isn't that bad. You moonwalk and that's it. You moon have a hunter that can moonwalk and it doesn't matter that your ability is getting canceled because you can still normal hit him anyway. That's it. Strawberry, calm your ass down.
Thief players that kind of go crazy with it. I personally have never fallen for it. I think that the trick that you do on Moonlit is very situational. But there are certain spots that Thief is kind of crazy in. For example, like if you've ever kited a Thief in the working carousel or like broken carousel area, the flashlight can actually make that area infinite. Like he can do an infinite kite there. And I think like not a lot of survivors can do that. So I don't think he's super great. 3 flashlights is definitely super annoying. I don't think Thief is great. Like don't get me wrong, like anything B tier and below is like you can do it if you're super good at them, but there are better options out there. Excitement beats it out.
Okay, but we're saying this, but we're putting Thief above Lucky Guy?
I'm pretty sure like a lot of hunters can just dash past it. Like Ban's
I
pretty
feel like
good
his
at
ability
it,
to
but there
block
are certain
God
hunters that
while
can't
slash
do anything
Windows is
about it. Like
decent, but
Clerk will get
exactly
just
like
destroyed by Thief if you're trying to trace him sometimes. There are certain hunters that like don't do well into Thief. Maybe sometimes he can make it work. But if he is B tier, bottom of B tier. So how we would categorize this, A is good in any situation. B is like situational, can work. C is probably like don't pick these characters. Or like Thief is like one trick ponies that maybe be able to make it work.
Okay, so he just described what B is, so hey, put him in B. Put him in B, please.
I've seen it happen like a couple of times, and D is just like absolute garbage. Do not pick this character under any circumstances.
Yes.
So it's not like
I better see mine's in D. I
but it's
better
not like
see
it's
mine's
super
in D.
It's not like it's a completely useless character.
Lucky
If
is
you
the
just put
opposite
like
of a one-trick pony,
in a
right?
window, and you have the hunter vaulted, like sometimes it gives you a get out of jail free card. So like
I haven't watched the hunter tier list. I haven't watched the hunter tier list.
Gardener, I would put
Gardener in A tier right now. If Gardener is anywhere besides A, we're gonna have problems. If she's anywhere besides A, we're gonna have problems.
above Thief, but under. I don't think I would put Gardener A tier.
Gardener's not B tier, bro. Gardener does too well against the meta. Opera, Ivy, Hullabaloo and even Goatman to an extent because of like people really underestimate how broke that damn bubble is. Practically being an unchaseable target for the first 50 seconds of the game really hurts. She can get countered because after those 50 seconds, you got to stand still for 6 seconds. You got to like gimmick your way out of there. But that bubble can be used so many different situations. Like exactly a free rescue with the bubble, even like you have to respect that. You can't put her, especially with the meta is now. You can't put her in B tier. You can't put her in B tier. She's too versatile right now in this meta.
Her bubble is useful in certain circumstances, but like sometimes it's just a presence farm. It depends on like the map in the situation. If she is just straight up kiting, she doesn't have anything except her bubble to work with, which is okay.
So you just explain why she's A tier. You just Hikaru, you just explain why she's A tier, buddy. She has an infinite second / third hit. Like what?
Like it's not that bad, but a lot of hunters don't really have to deal with it. Like it's so hard to get the bubble off while you're already kiting unless you have it pre-primed. So Gardener is quite weak in most situations.
All you need to do is just drop a pallet and stand still. If you drop a pallet and stand still, that's it. It doesn't take that long. Literally, you're at a pallet, you stand at the pallet, hold your bubble. When the hunter gets close, then after that, drop the pallet so then the progress pauses. Then you transition over to your next window or pallet, and then you can finish off the bubble from there. Has a little more speed running kiting near a chair, yeah.
But I think she also still has her places. Like I've seen Gardener
the veteran speed bonus too.
Nuts. The amount of times that it actually happens is kind of rare, and especially a lot of good hunters will just deal with the Gardener while she's trying to break the chair. She has to go get super duper risky to get those chair harassments off if she wants to do it properly. When other people don't have to go through the same lengths. Like Prospect can just throw a magnet and wait for you to go to the chair while hiding behind a pallet. But Gardener has to like go to the chair.
Be respectful in chat, remember.
And if she uses her bubble, then she's not going to have it for the rescue. She's situational, but I can see where she would work. Having veterans is nice. In most other situations, like it's just her bubble kind of carrying her. Because like, how long does it last at the start of the game again? Like 50 seconds. If the hunter does chase you first, it's nice. It's super hard to get Gardener done properly, but I still think it's doable. Magician,
A tier.
I think I put him in A tier before, but I would probably put him in B tier again. I would put him under Gardener, but above Thief. I'm being a little bit more harsh because of all the new survivors that have been coming out lately are kind of crazy. So a lot of the older survivors, like what we're
I swear to God, if by the end of this tier list I see Meteorologist in S tier,
Starting with the oldest to the newest survivors, I think I've been kind of deranking them lower and lower because I just haven't seen the situations work. Like the invisibility is really nice. If you're really good at body blocking, like with the clones, these can also be really useful. But a lot of hunters don't fall for the mind games anymore. Yeah, if you listen really closely to when he uses his wand, you can hear
Meteor's B
the
tier.
footsteps
I
in which
agree.
direction they go into.
But
And this
high
works with a
B,
lot of
low
survivors
A.
too. You can hear
That's where I
first
put her.
officer, you
High
can
B,
hear
low A.
Pharaoh Lady when they both go invisible, and you can kind of tell which direction they're in. So it's really hard to juke the hunter nowadays unless you're like kind of sick with it. I think that magician, like he gets 3 of them, and
Maybe he could was basing this tier list off his personal experience, which is the survivor, so that's why it's kind of biased. I guess, but like I don't know. The way I make tier lists is I try to take experience out and like put it all based on like what the character can do against X compared to Y. That's how I do it. So like for me, like I don't see the point in then making a tier list if this is like a personal thing because then at that point like it's not a when you're making a tier list for me it's all about objectivity. So like you need to like you can't like use personal biasy. Like I could because then I could be like, oh, I got messed up by like a mind's eye or something. Like so now because of that, because of my personal experience getting fucked up by mind's eye is actually like this secretly great character, even though she sucks, kind of thing.
it's okay. Like the hunters that are really paying attention won't fall for his tricks though. So, like
That's not
I've seen
true.
it work though. His magician wands are strong in certain situations.
His wands are literally it's a better Pharaoh Lady mind game because it's not on a time limit. A magician wand you can use at any point in time. Pharaoh Lady you have to use it within 15 seconds or you have to then wait another 40 before you can use it again. Magician is such a versatile character, bro. It blocks hits, exactly. Blocks hits. It can even block alleyways or something to prevent the hunter. Even forcing the hunter to just swing at the wand illusion. That's distance. That's distance being brought. That's some you have to like respect what he can do. Again, even again like a goat man. Like we're in a meta right now where the only way to kite hunters is by out gimmicking them. You have to out gimmick their gimmicks. And if you can do that, you have to respect that.
And they are good at fooling the hunter in certain situations. So that's why I put him in B tier. Explorer, A tier. I would put him under lawyer, mostly because he's like so
I
hard
can
to
understand
find.
that. I can
He's
understand
if
that
you
to be
play
honest.
Explorer right, which is just like hiding,
I think for me
he
personally,
can
I
really
put him in
devastate
B,
a lot
but
of
I can
hunters. Like he gets
understand why
around
you would
Clerk
put A.
pretty easily if you just like hide, do your thing, and then you just like pop a cipher under their nose. He's like situationally really good also, but at the same time, like he's got enough gimmicks to make him really annoying to deal with.
Exactly.
And he can like kind
And
of
what
force
did
out
I
draws
just
just by
and
hiding,
what
or
did
like
I
he can go in for a rescue. It depends
and
how
what
good you
did I
are at
just say?
hiding.
It's
His
about
versatility is like
out-gimmicking.
really good enough to put him into A
It's
tier
about
though.
out-gimmicking.
Like there's just enough getting around stuff to put him there. But it's really dependent on your hiding. I think like in most situations too, most hunters
Map
will never
dependent.
chase an explorer first because he is so hard to find. And if you try to look for an explorer and you
You're
don't
gonna
find
waste
him,
time.
that's like a free 60-second kite because of how far you have to rotate to somebody else. So he's probably like one of the safest decoders out there. And I generally think that makes him pretty strong. Yeah, I don't think any much more needs to be said about him. Merc, I still think is S tier. He's probably one of the best rescuers still. He gets banned quite frequently. There's only
Yeah.
like a few hunters that counter him out there. The clown counters him pretty hard. Any of the top
Yeah.
tier hunters kind of beat him out pretty early too.
Merc S
But
tier.
in most situations, like who don't they beat, right? If I was going to have a rescuer, I think Mercenary is still your best bet. There's almost no way you can go wrong with Merc. Even if you terror shock him, he still gets the rescue off. Which in a lot of situations, if you can pull off that 60-second kite, it's still making the game salvageable for a tie. I'm pretty sure I made that happen a lot of times. Even though I do
I
mess
feel
up
like
from time to
Explorer
time
could
still,
be. I
he's
can
just so
understand it.
safe
I'm
as a pick
between
because of
high
how
B and low
long
A
his
for
free
Explorer. To be
instant tie turn on
honest,
himself last for.
it just
that
depends.
It makes him so worth it. Priestess, I still think Priestess is S tier, but not super high S tier anymore. I feel like a lot of people don't know her lineups anymore because of how often she's banned. It's kind of weird. Like, if you use Priestess just straight up, like, I portal to get away from you, I think Priestess is still very good. But I don't think that she is the top best survivor anymore.
Priestess is not S tier. I'm sorry for anyone who thinks I'm really sorry for the traumatized people. She's not S tier anymore. She's not. She's just not. She was at a time. She's not S tier anymore. A lot of the meta hunters hard counter the absolute fuck out of her. They even gave hunters now a trait that counter her global portal. She's not S tier anymore. She can be maybe map dependent S tier, but she's not an overall S tier character anymore. She's just not. Too many hunters just hard counter her ability and concept. already nowadays. It's either you got Night Watch who's just speed, Opera who's speed, Wax Artist who's stunt who punishes her for using her ability, and Warp that just allows you to just travel back and forth. Like she still has S tier. If the meta was in her favor, I could see her being S tier, but the meta's not in her favor right now. Like and the meta's not in her favor. She is in some maps, yeah, but some maps. So Sun Maps isn't everything. Again, this is about objectivity, not about personal experience. In the overall state of the game, she's not S tier. On a map like Ever Sleeping or Chinatown, yeah, you can put her in S tier, but this is about the overall game, not about one specific part of it. Mm.
Mostly because she has all thumbs, which makes her decoding speed a little bit less. Her long
Map
pulls
dependency
super
something that
overpowered, by the way.
constitute niche in
I
my
just haven't
opinion.
seen a lot
Yeah.
of super good priestesses lately that know the tricks. Like, if you've ever seen those TikTok videos of priestesses like forcing hunters through portals by putting them like in special locations. Yeah, there's a lot of cool tricks you can do with her that I just don't see a lot of survivors doing.
Because it's not worth it. That's why you don't see them do it. It's not worth it. It's not. You have to wait 70 seconds for that again. And that's your only kiting item. And it's not worth it. You're much better off saving your portals. Like, it's too, like... No good hunter falls for majority of priestess tricks? Yeah.
So...
Do you think release priestess would be S tier in this meta? Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. Or a priestess where you couldn't go through her portals? Absolutely. Cord A? No, Cord is S. Cord is S. Cord would be S. Release priestess? 100% S tier.
I think that she is still incredibly strong, one of the strongest survivors, but you need to utilize her properly. If you don't do that, I think she would just be A tier. And also, she's not good on certain maps. Like Arms Factory, I still think she's kind of weak on. She's pretty much the safest rescuer for getting into basement.
How strong was Release Priestess?
Yeah, aside from Gravekeeper.
Hey,
I
I'm
think she's even
Goku.
safer than Gravekeeper, though. So,
I heard you're pretty strong.
Yeah, her tricks are situational, but just like a straight portal from Moonlit is still really strong. And support from a
You just contradicted yourself. You just said she's situational. An S tier character is a character that's not situational. You just contradicted yourself. Like,
Priestess, if you have it, is still really strong. So I still think she's S tier, though. I don't know if there's too many people that would disagree with me here. Maybe some of the top tier teams don't think so, because like hunters also have their tricks, but I personally think like in regular upper ranked tier, if you have a well communicated coordinated team, Priestess is still incredibly strong. Coordinator, I would put at the top of A tier. Maybe like
no, she's S. Put her in S. Put respect on Coordinator, bro. She's S.
like middle of A tier actually. Maybe under Lawyer.
Put her in S. Put her in S. Coordinator can kite every hunter in the game. Put that into perspective. She quite literally can universally kite any hunter in the game. It does not matter what hunter NetEase releases. A coordinator will be able to kite. A good coordinator is kiting for 70 seconds minimum. It does not matter what hunter you have. A coordinator will be able to kite it out. She has such a basic kit, but it's so timeless because it's just buffing her base stats and a 5-second stun. She has only one bullet, dude, if it misses, or the excitement, she only has debuffs. If you're bringing excitement, if you're bringing excitement for a coordinator, you're already setting yourself, like, do you understand the power that is? Do you understand the power that is? One character is now forcing you from bringing a winning trait to a draw trait, which is fine. That kind of power in itself already proves why she's S tier. Undead? How often are you facing a Percy? Excitement is a draw. Exactly. If a coordinator's presence enough is already enough to make you think, okay, maybe I shouldn't bring Blink or maybe I shouldn't bring Warp. That means that you're prioritizing right now as the coordinator as the highest threat on the table right now, which already in itself forces you to bring like something. Like it's that simple. Like, if she's already forcing you to swap traits, that speaks volumes for itself. Not to mention, if you're bringing excitement for her, that just means now she raw kites you, because guess what? She has buff base stats. We've already seen how important base stats are. We've seen it for hunters and we've seen it for survivors as well. Having buff base stats, we saw it with Lawyer when Lawyer got his original buff. Having buffed base stats really does matter. Like, it really does matter. So yeah, coordinator is without fail S tier.
Like, she's pretty straightforward as a survivor. She's got like a little bit of kiting help with her pallet speed. Her gun is incredibly strong, but a
Percy
lot of hunters
canceling
will
her
just
with a
take
normal
excitement.
attack?
And
Yeah, but
plus you have
that's
to hit
one
your shots.
hunter.
I've seen a lot of
Like,
survivors
oh
miss their
wow, a
shots.
Percy.
I
And
think
she can
she's
still kite
pretty
that
good
out.
overall. There's certain couple things that make her a little on the weaker side, such as like her decoding speed is like as bad as mechanics when someone's on the chair. So a lot of the times I feel like she's forced to rescue. Like if someone gets down
Yeah, when someone's on chair. What about the times when no one's on chair, when she can decode normally? Isn't it only like a 10% buff? A 10% debuff? Am I tweaked? Is that not just a 10% debuff? Someone like it's only 10%. It's minus 20, minus 25. Jesus. It's a 30? 25 when someone's on chair? Ah, okay. I mean, hey, so who's an S tier that has a minus 25% just baseline when no one's on chair at the start of the game? Um, yeah. Oh, I just realized my camera's like in the way. Let me like just move it like over. Where should I put it? Should I just put it down here? Chad, do I just put my camera down here? Is that good? Do I just put that down there? Because I just realized like there's no point like yeah. Good enough? Okay.
super early,
Yeah, so like guess who has like a minus 25 at the start of the game baseline? Like put it on Hikaru's face. So it's like you're talking, you guys are trolls. My God.
she kind of has to rescue, otherwise her decoding speed is going to be non-existent. Plus, like, if you're forced to rescue and then they also have excitement, your gun is useless. So,
But that's
in a
so
lot of cases, coordinator is
niche.
kind of weak. She doesn't
That's
have a lot of ways
so
like mercenary.
you know how hyper specific that is? Like you know how like niche that is in itself? Like that's such a specific scenario. Like
Just to get to the chair, other than her gun. I do think she's good though. Like, she can at least get to the chair with her gun, because you either force a basic or you shoot your gun and they excitement in early, and you still force a basic. Mechanic, I don't know. There's so much controversy around this character. I'd put her in A tier still. I think that she's really gimmicky in the way that she forces draws. She's A tier, yeah. Like, I don't think that Mechanic will win you every game if you get her or anything. Like, she definitely isn't. Because she's a very, very easy chase. Her bot can go very wrong if you don't get it off right. But if you let her decode and just, like, double decode two servers at the same time, she is so crazy. Like, I get why people say nerf Mechanic, but she's not gonna, like, win you the game. She will, at the very least, force draws with just her bot. Like, if you do chase her first and her bot's out,
that's good. That's good. Me personally, I value the fuck out of Cypher Rush. So for me, mech is high A to low S. But honestly, you can put mech anywhere you want from A to S. Key, it's practically what you value. I'm not gonna like debate this one too much because Mechanic is one of these characters that like she's so wishy-washy. It's just dependent on what you value as a player and as a team.
she can still force a draw. Like, it's so crazy how hard it is to, like, win a match against a Mechanic because of that. Just that one mechanic, game mechanic. Yeah, I don't think a lot more needs to be said about Mechanic.
Forward
Yes, her
better not
decoding
be an
debuff is really
S.
bad if a lot of people
Forward
get
better
hurt.
not be
But I
an
still think
S.
that overall, she's pretty decent. Like, you can still make her work with the
A
early
negative
rotations
for
and
me. Yeah,
if you get a
understandable,
support at
Santi.
all, or if you just get your bot out. Like, you only have to do one thing: hide your bot early. And if they hit your bot, yes, it gives them presence, but it gives you a lot of time to extra rotate away. Solid. Forward, A tier. The amount of harassment that
Okay.
he can do
Okay.
with his football is
I
really,
can-
really strong.
I-
It's just
I
that, like,
will allow
a
that.
lot of the meta hunters deal with him so easily. Like, Ivy can just scare you out of your football.
I
He can,
will
like,
allow
if there's
that.
Ivy, forward is cooked.
I
He
will
can't do
allow
anything.
that.
If it's like an Anne, if she gets the cats on you, you're also cooked. If it's like a hermit, you're also cooked. Like, there's so many hunters that just kind of counter him
Yup.
that I don't think he's super worth it in a lot of situations. But at the very least, he can kite very well. Like, he can use his forward football to
Yeah.
kite. In terms of his harassment, it's strong, but it's too risky. Yeah. Plus the decoding speed debuff, super, super high. But if you try to chase him first,
Yes,
you
he's
better be prepared as a hunter
overseer
because
of
he's
the
very
forward
hard to catch.
rankings. I am.
So I do think he'll work well, like, as a
I am
rescuer.
the
But
forward.
honestly, like, if you wanted to rescue her, just go mercenary, or, you know, an
Type
actual
shit.
rescuer character.
Type
He's
shit.
kind of like a harasser that can double up as a rescuer if you needed to. That's probably where I put him. Pretty good in most situations. He's just really hard to play also. On top of being hard to play, he's kind of there. Is he worse than Mechanic? I would say so. Mechanic is just so solidly an A tier. Yeah. It's kind of hard to say. Mind's Eye, okay, if there was any survivor that's going to put in D tier, it's Mind's Eye.
Thank
She's
you.
just so bad, you guys.
Thank you.
Mind's Eye is, like, so bad, but,
Thank
like,
you.
for those of you who try to make her work, I get it. Like, she's fun to play to see how well you can do against a hunter, but a good hunter will never fall for her tricks. She's
Mm-hmm.
only good against, like, certain hunters, but literally anyone else can do the same thing. The cane is okay. It's kind of
When are they
whatever.
putting
It doesn't
in the
even slow
game?
down the
I don't
hunter while they're
know.
moving. It only slows down interaction speed. And you can't really see the hunter at all times if they're too far away. It would be nice if you could see them, like, trying to vault a window or something, so that you could be like, okay, he's vaulting a window. I can tap my cane to support a little bit, but you never see that. or like he's breaking a pallet, I tap my cane. You don't
I
see
would
it.
consider
The
Mecha
only
more
time that you can
consistent
guarantee
tie.
it is when they're picking up and sharing a survivor, which I'm like, it'll buy you an extra 2 seconds, and I don't think that's really worth it. She's probably the worst survivor at getting chased. I mean, like she has that little speed boost. It's not anything. The speed boost is like pretty worthless. It can get you out of a sticky situation, but other than that, like it's on a 40-second cooldown. And also, she's not really good at hiding. When she taps her cane, the hunter can hear the general location of Mind's Eye. You're tapping it from a corner of the map, and I'm in the middle section that can cut you off from any direction. You might get caught just by tapping your cane. So I don't think she's very good. Perfumer,
A.
I would say A tier. If I do give her A tier, bottom of A tier, because she's like surprisingly good against certain hunters. Like
It's
I feel like
the
she's
state
actually a
of the
decent player to
meta.
Goatman.
The state of
With
the
having 3
meta.
perfumes, the thing about Goatman is like he's so hard to mind game, but if you just take the hits and perfume them,
yeah,
then it's kind of incredibly worth it in my opinion.
It is.
I think that like perfume is so strong, but you have to be good with the perfumes. Like it works in most two-story
Hanky,
areas
yeah.
that just buy you a little bit of distance.
Guys, there's gonna be a very common theme where if you can eat more than 3 hits, if you can eat more than 2 hits, you're probably gonna be an A tier. If you can eat more than 2 hits, you're more than likely gonna be an A tier. It's gonna be a very common theme. What would you think about a micro buff where she doesn't make trails for like 10 seconds after tapping cane? I think that'd be a niche, you know, on certain maps. I think that'd be good.
Because the hunters have to respect you being able to perfume back upstairs. The only bad thing about her is that it feeds the hunter a lot of presence if you're not also super good
I
at hiding.
guess.
So I do think that she's situationally good, but at the same time there aren't a lot of downsides to her, so I don't see why like you couldn't
I
pick her.
see. I use wax.
She's
I use.
okay at rescuing. Her kiting is like okay, it's pretty good. Her decoding speed is regular. I mean, like
Dancer
I don't see any
should
huge
be
downsides to her except the
bottom
healing
of
speed
A.
thing. Let's be honest, if you get cooked that
That
early,
box
then
support
you're
is
probably
nutty.
cooked anyways. So I think that perfumer is an A tier. Cowboy,
Put him in
I would
B.
put him in like top of A tier.
Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. No. Absolutely not, bro. 1-2 drop. 1-2 drop. 1-2 drop. That's it. No. I understand that they brought back one tap and everything, but like, no. No. Like, there's way too much risk reward. Like, way too much risk reward for Cowboy to even be up there. No. I hard disagree with that.
So if you know what, I think I used to have him in S tier, but now I'm just putting him in A tier because like my perspective ever since changing to like mostly Survivor playing for like a whole year, just playing like Season Santy and stuff, of Survivors has changed so much. I think that Cowboy would be A tier though, not exactly S tier. I don't think he's mid. I don't think so. Because the lasso can actually go so hard, and he's relatively safe and hard to catch. Like, if forward is A tier, Cowboy is A tier. But I think like Cowboy's better than forward because he can harass from a safer distance. Not a lot of
Cowboy's like a
debuffs as far as I
50-50.
know.
It's not
On
like
Cowboy,
forward
like
if
if
you
he does
actually
have all
know
of them,
where
I
he's
don't really
gonna
feel it.
stun.
And there's some
Yeah, but it being a 50-50 in itself, that just means that it's about the player, not about the kit. Like that's the thing. If it's already 50-50, then that in itself already proves the fact that it's not consistent.
certain areas of the map that make him incredibly powerful. Like there's literally spots named the Cowboy Corner. I know a lot of people are saying like he's really easy to juke. If he hides in a corner the same way that like Prospector can hide in a corner, he can get those from
A
certain areas that you
skill-based survivor. Cowboy is one of those survivors that has a high potential. He's one of these. He's what I like to call one of these potential man survivors. Like he's one of these people I call the potential man survivors. He has the potential to be nutty, but what happens in game? Not really much. Like, you know,
never see. And at the very least, he can make you drop. Any hunter can make you drop if you're just not careful
the
with them.
Megami of IDV.
You have to have really good reaction
Yeah.
speed and also see where he's coming from to avoid the lasso. I mean, like top tier hunters do have that
Just being
and they
too
do predict
specific,
it.
yeah.
But I feel like a really good cowboy
These are
can
like way too
give you a run
like
for your money
hyper
still.
niche
But actually, I don't think he's S tier because like he is jukeable, and he is not that hard to deal with if you do try to get him. So you know he's kind of in the same category as forward. Dancer A tier.
Put her
There's
in
gonna be
A,
a lot of A
thank
tier
you.
survivors out here.
Yes.
I feel like she's kind of hidden OP. Her music boxes are actually really, really strong. It's just hard to find teammates that like, especially in solo queue, that utilize them properly. Because you'll like drop your music boxes
You just
down,
drop
and then
the
a lot of people
boxes
won't
and
even
that's
kite to it.
it.
Like the reason why she's not S tier is because like these music boxes aren't like map wide or anything. They're usually in a very particular space, and the fact that she gets 3 of them, I think is really crazy. You can just drop 3 of your music
Dancer's
boxes, like
broken
all
on
3 slow
hospital
boxes
and
in one
Red Church,
area.
yeah.
And if the hunter doesn't break them, it's like a free
Yeah,
get
boxes
out
in
free
church.
card. And if he
Boxes
does break
in
them, that's like a
graveyard,
free 30
like-
seconds on top of your kite. Because those boxes are a menace, especially in strong areas. Like if you put them all around the ruins area in hospital or like the middle section of Eversleeping, it just buys you so much extra time.
Yeah.
If you do break them, like you can use them as like kind of like a pallet to transition to another area. You can use it to spin out of. Plus, she
Boxes
has
mid and
the
graveyard
darkness
OP,
area
yeah.
because there's so much verticality on that map that she can drop down from
That's
the
fair.
vines
Pete.
area.
That's fair.
And she gets that little movement speed boost. So it's kind of crazy. Like how much versatility she has. So I would still put her in A tier. I don't think she's S though, because like the amount of support she can
For
actually
rank,
offer
I'd still
is kind of
consider
limited.
an S.
Oh, just as a quick disclaimer, by the way, the survivors in the same category are going to be relatively similar. Like I don't really discriminate too much between like is Perfumer better than Forward? More so that Perfumer is better than Gardener, I would say. So just keep that in mind. Seer, S
Which
tier.
is not
Seer
true,
is
by the
easily
way.
S tier. One of the best survivors. Like I know they just nerfed him recently, but I don't think the nerf was big enough. I don't think there's any situation in which can go wrong with Seer. Having the information of where the hunter's spawning and who the hunter is at the very start of the match is
Yeah.
so strong. It allows for the early rotations, kind of
And
like the warrior
rank-
does.
yeah.
The owl itself, so good against single hit hunters. Like he's just a hard counter to a lot of people. Eli, S tier. I wish I was better at him. The only thing like in solo queue is miscommunication that can really make him mess up. But stacks of 4 that have a really good Seer on their team that know when the attacks are coming or can like spectate when you call for it.
Embalmer,
That is a crazy Seer.
I
Like,
think
he can help you
Embalmer's
transition to
rank
new
I would
areas.
put
His
low
characters
A,
that can support
high
map
B.
wide, I feel
Low
like are
A,
really,
high
really
B
strong.
for
Like
Embalmer
decent
rank.
support. Actually eating a hit for you. I think that's kind of crazy. There's almost no situation
Because
in which Seer is
Embalmer's
bad.
another
S tier
potential
characters
main
are
character.
definitely characters as like most situations, like 90% of them, you are good in. So I would put Seer pretty high up there. Embalmer, hear me out, bottom of A tier. He's kind of like Mechanic in the way that he can
Yep.
force a draw.
Yeah.
He's bottom of A tier. I
Yeah.
think that like he can force a draw. If you guys have seen how Embalmer plays, the Coffin is just kind of good. If I were to rate just his ability,
High serve,
the
yep.
Coffin is probably one of the strongest abilities in the game because
Yep.
of how unique it is and how much game changing it is at the end of the game. I think that Embalmer is like
Impossible. Yeah, he can force a
himself
draw.
is quite weak. He doesn't really have any kiting potential. I've seen a lot of Embalmers just like take full kite and then rescue yourself on second chair. But the thing is like, if you chase an Embalmer, you have to finish him off because if he gets free on the first rescue, he's gonna have a second coffin to work with. And if you don't get rid of the coffin, he can upright just win a game. I see a lot of people in chat not believing me, but if I get S badge Embalmer and if you play him at high tier, I feel like if you do play him in high tier, you can force draws with him.
Yeah.
But he's just so gimmicky. Like
Prospector.
I could put him B plus. I don't. I'd have to rethink
No,
how I
you got
categorize
you
these.
got you got to
Because all these characters, right here, have a really high potential to win a game. But Embalmer, I would say, has a really high potential to draw the game. He would be like right between here, bottom of A tier. I think I'll still keep him there. His ability
He's the
itself is just so
gimmick man,
crazy.
yeah.
Prospector S tier. I still think I'm.
No. 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 Goatman, Hullabaloo, opera singer, all fuck him vigorously. Ivy's the only S tier hunter that he like messes up. He's not S tier. He isn't S tier.
I'm a firm believer in Prospector being S tier. There's no downsides to Norton. His stun is so incredibly powerful, especially if you get a good one off, and he gets them back so fast. Like when I'm kiting as Norton,
No, he doesn't. 70 seconds is fast? What? 70 seconds is a long ass time to not have a magnet. What?
it's a year before I get another magnet. But when other people are kiting as Norton, 3 magnets all the time, every single time. It's so
Maybe because you don't chase them?
crazy. Yeah, granted, you have to be good with the magnets. I think that like Prospector is definitely really strong. He definitely belongs in S tier because there's no downsides to him. What they thought was a downside was like giving him more of the harder skill checks. It just makes it, if you don't mess up the skill check, it just gives him extra decoding. Like that's crazy. At high tiers, making the area of what you
Playing Anne against Prospector is pain. Just play Wax Artist or anything else. Like,
miss a skill check, smaller.
if this is a ranked tier list, this is a ranked tier list, but even in a ranked setting, he's not. Because the issue with this Prospector and S tier is that you remember in a ranked setting, you don't know what hunter you're facing. You don't know what hunter you're facing. And too many of like Nightwatch, Wax Artist, who else? Dream Witch, Blood Queen. They fuck up Prospector. Like, make it 20 seconds to gain magnets back? Yeah. Nightwatch? Yeah. You just do this thing called slowing him down or pull him back.
Doesn't do a thing because most people
This ranked tier list could be set with bans too in terms of high tier. Okay, so if we just eliminate the fact that if we eliminate Goatman, Hullabaloo, and Ivy, there's still Opera Singer that fucks him. There's still Nightwatch that fucks him. There's still Wax Artist that fucks him. There's still Bleed Q that fucks him. There's still Dream Witch that fucks him. Like,
hit the perfect skill check anyways, most of the time. Patty, Enchantress. I would
Don't
put her
you-
in A tier, lower A tier. I've seen Patty's kind of cook.
we are not putting Enchantress above Gardener. Put Enchantress in C tier right now. Put Enchantress in C tier. She has the worst early game ever. A worst early game to ever touch this damn thing. And when she starts with literally no item. Put her in C, bro. Another one of these potential man characters. Zeus, I need to know how many hours you spend on studying this meta. When I'm actively studying the meta, like for Koa shit, I probably like all I watch is probably IVL. Like if I could show you guys my YouTube history when it comes to like how much I start, like I practically watch IVL, IJL like all day long. Aside from like Dokkan content and other shit. Otherwise, I'm always studying the meta, watching JP and CN players, and even here on NA.
It's low A tier. Her stun is like good for kiting herself.
If Enchantress started with one stack, I would be comfortable putting her in B tier because that's something.
Like there's a lot of situations where she's not good. Like if I were to put a cutoff, if there was an A minus tier, I would put her there. She's not that bad. I don't think. Yeah, her range does suck, but there's only like a certain amount of hunters that can't work around that range. Like Anne works around it pretty easily. Hermit works around it pretty easily. She's pretty good against like a lot of hunters that can't really catch up to you. Like she'll be strong as Nightwatch. I mean, everybody is. I don't think that she has.
What do you mean she'll be strong against Nightwatch? She has no ability to interrupt him until she takes one hit. What? That's just wrong. Right now, early game is most important. Yeah, early game is the most important.
The tools to put her anywhere above this category. So if there were an A minus tier, I think I would be putting her here. Yeah,
No,
Anne
bro,
does counter her
she's
hard, but
C
it's
tier.
not like I'm judging all these survivors about how good they are against Anne. It's about like the hunter like, population in general.
Okay, so for whoever mentioned that maybe this is with the minds of bans, now we know that it's not because he just said it himself. This is about the general hunters that are available. So this does not include hunter bans. So now I can 100% say with certainty, put Enchantress down in C tier, put Gardener up in A, put Prospector down in A. Now I can say that with certainty.
So I think that like in general, these are good against most hunters. There are certain survivors out here that are bad against like just the meta, and there are certain survivors that are good against just the non-meta. Like Doctor, crazy against Hermit if she's not first chase, crazy against certain chip hunters. I feel like she would work against a lot of situations, but against like the meta and then like the mid-tier hunters is where I'm categorizing most of these people at. Patty in the same tier as Lawyer and Forward. Yeah, like I said, if there was an A minus tier, I would put her down there. The cutoff point would be right here. I might highlight that point in my video because it's so hard
This is
to differentiate these tiers. Wildling A tier. His harassment is just too crazy. I would put him in like middle of A.
What do you mean harassment? He's A tier, but we're thinking he's A tier for the wrong reasons. Why is Cowboy in A tier? I said the same thing. Wildling is A tier because of the fact that he has an infinite item that allows him to kite every 60 seconds. Like, but it's because of his chair approach and time buying, not his. Yeah.
A tier. He's definitely a strong character. I don't think that. I mean, his decoding is utter garbage, and his healing is, I think, slower than normal
Wildling
too.
for me is
He's
like
really
B.
bad at hiding.
Nah, you gotta respect the Wildling, bro. Like you gotta respect the Wildling. He can just rescue. Like you can't like his ability to come in and rescue and disrespect the hunter's abilities. Like it's crazy. Like you're not playing Wildling to harass. You're playing Wildling because he can easily reach the chair, and then afterwards, in the end game, you can just get on board and you can't be chased.
This is 4-6 out like a sore thumb. But
His
like,
balloon
man,
harassing
is he
is
the
so good,
hardest
bro. What
survivor to
you mean,
catch
bro?
in the game? I think he's like definitely A tier.
Wildling
Situational.
survivability.
Okay, so he's
needs to
pretty
be
bad against
respected.
Gamekeeper,
Exactly.
right? He's pretty bad against certain hunters. I think that Wildling is still in general one of the better survivors out there. He's not the best.
Yeah.
I don't think I've put him S tier yet because the
Yeah.
decoding speed debuff doesn't make up for the lack of everything else that he has. Yeah, his rescue is amazing.
Wendy has a
His
better
harassment's
harass
pretty
than Bor.
amazing.
If
He's
you're
very,
gonna
very tanky, which is
harass
nice.
with
Most people will never chase a
Wendy.
Wildling first. So I think that generally makes him pretty safe. But you have to be good with them. A lot of Wildlings out there will get on their board too late or too early, and that will
Yeah,
mess them up.
Bor
But if you
can
time
easily
it
be
right,
dodged, yeah.
he's so hard to deal with. Wildling is bad against hunters who easily gain distance to catch up
What's
quick.
one thing that would make
I think he's
Gardener
faster
S
than
tier?
almost
Her
every single
bubble
hunter.
lasting for
There's
more
only
than
like
50
what
seconds.
Breaking Wheel that's faster. Geisha can kind of catch up, but barely. Even if you catch up to him though, you still have to get him off his
Borley,
board.
chill.
That's 2 hits, and then you have to hit him 2 more times because he's a full survivor. It's just super obnoxious dealing with him. You're better off chasing someone else. So like, yeah, you could catch up to him easily, but you're still gonna get kited just by like the amount of time it takes to catch up to him and the amount of time it takes to down him. So yeah, definitely middle of A tier.
Acrobat better be
S
S
tier.
tier.
He's still crazy. A lot of dumb tricks you can do with him, especially in like Moonlight River Park, where like he doesn't have to take windows, so it's really hard to terror shock him. He doesn't even have to take pallets if he doesn't want to. He's got 3 bombs to work with, and he gets an extra one. Like they all do these crazy things. I think like the white bomb is kind of meh. It works in certain situations. If you use the bombs correctly, they're so strong. Acrobat still crazy. He's peak tier survivor for sure. Like, there's no
Officer
situation
better
where you
be
don't
S
need
tier.
or where Acrobat would just like be bad against someone. I don't think there's anyone Acrobat's bad against actually that like isn't also good against everybody else. Yes, you can catch up to an with Anne, like curve around his stuff, but like she kind of does that to everybody. Like the only one who's really good at countering Anne is like Prospector and then maybe a couple of other people. But in general, these survivors are definitely the best, including Acrobat. I don't think a lot of people are going to contest that one. FO. I think I would also put FO in S tier. Yes, he does have his counters. Again, and does counter first officer. But the pocket watch is so powerful. It gives him a free borrowed time. That had straight up won games. Like if you can force a rescue like a mercenary can, I think that's still crazy strong.
The lines of S
and
tier.
like if I didn't have a
There's no
mercenary on my
word where
team,
Merc is
I think
S and
first
FO,
officer would be
yeah.
a close second in terms of like best rescuer. Anyone that can just like force it, especially get to the chair from far away. The first
Someone's
thing
a
of your pocket
hater on
watch,
the Jose.
it's like half the map sometimes. It's so big.
I hope he puts
it's really
Knight
hard to
in
mess with
S
first
tier.
officer. Yeah, if you're a good first officer, your team will love you for rescuing. Yes, you can still get terror shocked, but you know, it is what it is sometimes. Yeah, his decoding speed debuff isn't that bad. And also once he uses the pocket watch, it does go up just by a little bit. It's a teensy bitsy bit, but it's better than nothing. And also he's so hard to first chase, unless you're an Ann. He dies so slowly on chair. I think he like has built-in snooze, and then a lot of officers will also take snooze. So if you do get him on
This is how I feel about Knight, right? Since we're bringing him up on Knight, I don't think Knight is S tier in rank. I think he's S tier in tournament. Because the more that I think about it, in a tournament setting where you know what hunters you're going to be facing, like practically guaranteed, you can make a Knight work. You know that you can put a Knight and Knight will put in work. I think Knight is S tier in a tournament setting. I can agree with him being S tier in a tournament setting. The more I've thought about it and looked back on it and think, because I know like I was a Division 1, like Knight is not S tier in anything. The more I look back on it and then I play with Knight, I think Knight is S tier in a tourney setting. Like he's S tier in a tournament setting. In a rank setting, he's A tier. But in a tournament setting, he's S tier. Because in a tourney, you know what you're going to be facing. So you know what to expect.
chair, you're gonna be sitting there for quite a bit. You can like straight up just win games of him being on chair, and like his passive just ticks away while your survivors are chipping away at the cipher. Barmaid A tier. Definitely middle of A tier. Yeah, like with a lot of other survivors, I don't think that there's a lot of downsides to Barmaid. Yes, the decoding speed debuff, the permanent decoding debuff after you drink the drink is like, it's nothing. It's like 1 to 2% or something. And even if it's like 3%, that's still nothing. And on top of that, the trade-off for a full health state is crazy. Like that's so much healing. And she gets 2 of them. Man, if she had 3 of them, I'd put her in S tier.
Zeus is the Knight
she's got
S tier
doubling.
truther. Never thought I'd see the day. Guys, remember, I'm open to opinion. If it makes logical sense, I'm like, you know what? That makes sense, guys. Like, I'm not closed-minded. Like, you guys can look back at it. I said Knight would never touch S tier, but the more I think about it and how the settings are compared to rank and to tournament, like, Knight is pretty fucking S tier in a tourney setting.
To cut out her first drink. If you can cut out your first drink, that's usually like already
Just
a
not in
cut.
rank because
yes, you can
too
give it
much
to certain
variety,
characters,
sadly.
Like, you can't give it to Little Girl or what else is on here that can drink it. Mind's Eye. But like those are lower tier characters anyways. You're not gonna have them in here. I shouldn't say that. Little Girl is like situational. I feel like even though you can't pass it to certain characters, like these characters you can pass it to, minus Coordinator, and that's where she gets her value from. Yeah, I think Barmaid is definitely A tier. Like there aren't a lot of situations where she's bad. Unless it's just like a
Court
hard
also can't
pursuit
take drink,
hunter and
right?
she gets
Yeah,
chased
Court
down
can't
super
take.
early. But if you're a good barmaid that knows how to rotate, you can buy yourself a lot of time.
All those A tiers are butter
Postman,
and
I
B.
put him in A tier as well. Maybe like lower A tier, but not bottom of A tier.
No. If anyone is in B, it's Postman. If anyone's in B, it's Postman. No, if anyone's in B, it's Postman. Postman is actually like the epitome of mid. If anyone's in B, it's Postman. We got too many A tiers right now, bro. We got too many A tiers. You got to get down to B. You got to get down to B. You got to get down to B. You got to be an S. Oh, Lord.
Ever since they gave him that buff, if Postman didn't have the Wick buff that's stunned, I'd put him in B tier maybe, or upper A tier, but because of the buff, maybe middle of A tier. The Postman, like, once again, survivors that can support safely from across the map and don't have to do anything
Postman
else,
is high
I
B,
feel
low
like
A.
have a special place in A tier. That is so annoying. Like, you can safely support
That's
from
the
anywhere.
issue. He
Those
has no
survivors are
role,
crazy.
yeah.
And that's why there's so few of them. It's going to be really difficult
Flash
to
the
deal with
Vegeta
some of those
for
sliders sometimes. He can give himself windows, he can give himself
It's on a
movement speed
different
boost, he can give
scene. I
himself,
didn't
like,
add it
rescue
on this
He's like
scene.
versatility that you need, but better. Because those gliders help so much, actually. Sometimes they don't. And you know what? Sometimes the meta hunters are really good against Postman. But I think this was one of the easiest S badges that I've ever gotten because he's secretly kind of strong. I still think that he's strong. The Wickington has saved my life so many times. Yeah, his decoding is pretty good. I don't think he's as weak as a lot of hunters make him out to be.
Yes, he is.
Gravekeeper. I'd put him in like top of A tier.
Yes.
Maybe like upper A tier.
Yes.
I think that Andrew is pretty
Yes.
good. Funny enough, he counters the hunters that like Jose doesn't counter. Whereas
Yeah.
Anne is really good against First Officer.
That's fair.
She's really bad
Gravekeeper
against
high A,
Gravekeeper
yeah.
because he
I
can just go
even
under
think, to be
dodge the
honest,
cats.
you can make an
Going
argument if
underground,
you want
like, saves you so
Gravekeeper S.
much.
If you
So
personally
much
have
time,
Gravekeeper
especially
S,
if you like
I'm
go
not
the
gonna
full
fight you.
duration of the shovel, because that thing is like 30 seconds long. The only thing is like he's kind of an easy chase first, since unless you like pre-drop pallets and stuff, you're gonna feed the hunter a lot of presence as she goes after you. His rescue speed is like the fastest in the game. When you come out of shovel form, you get that extra speed boost. And also, actually, with the buff, you can push hunters a little bit with his ability. I think that makes him definitely like top of A tier.
He has
I don't
bad
know if
meta
it'll put him
matchups,
S.
yeah.
You can also cancel teleports with Andrew's new buff. Can you? I know it's a displacement, but it doesn't force people to drop. It's like the old Wick. It slows you down, but it doesn't force you to drop. If they had made that stun, S tier for sure, but that's not the case for him. He's pretty safe, like definitely upper A tier. Yeah, again, don't pay attention too much. Like generally, like here is upper A tier, here's like middle A tier, and then here's like bottom of A tier. Prisoner, A tier, middle of A tier. Prisoner is kind of weak actually in terms of getting chased, but his functionality is like so good. Being able to decode ciphers from across the map is like it's so frustrating for a lot of hunters that are like, okay, I'll just camp this cipher.
He doesn't deserve
and then
to be
Prisoner just finishes it. Finishing ciphers.
I can understand Prisoner being in A tier because of how he performs against the meta. Like he doesn't, he can, but like, yeah, why is Explorer higher than Prisoner? I don't know. Like I think Explorer can be A tier, but he shouldn't be this high in A tier. Explorer should be bottom. Prisoner should be bottom, but higher than Explorer. And like, Prisoner is a much more consistent Explorer, and even then, Prisoner is still weak and susceptible to chase. There shouldn't Prisoner should not be this high. Prisoner should not be above Dancer. Should not be like no.
Early is so good. I feel
But
like
that's
Prisoner's underrated for a lot of people.
A
Because although
minus
he's
for
like
me, yeah.
relatively easy to chase, I think that what his ability is good enough to like balance that out if you don't chase him. Because if you think about it, like he doesn't have to move from one cipher to another. The amount of time it takes to travel to a new cipher, like other decoders have to do, is like undone by just decoding from your one cipher and connecting to another. It saves you so much time, and plus he gets a decoding speed buff from the two connected ciphers. He can pop certain ciphers, like if you're a clerk and trying to cut off someone else's cipher, if you're trying to like lock down one of them, Prisoner decoding can go through Wax Artist, it can go through Clerk, it can go through like a lot of different people that are meant to lock down ciphers. So like pushing a cipher is really good against Joseph. It's really good against like.
You ever meet a Rantar or Luca? They're so common and broken because of God is luck on their side. The God of luck
a
on
lot
their
of
side.
a lot of hunters that like can't deal with cipher rush. I feel like he's good with. Not to mention, like if I'm decoding a cipher, in the first cipher I'm helping decode is like a prospector. He can finish the cipher super quick in like 60 seconds, and he can go harass. Just throw two magnets on the hunter and then call it a day and start a new cipher afterwards. He's really good in a lot of situations. The only downside is like the only thing he's got is his taser. Other than that, he's kind of like rock kiting. Luckily, the static field around the cipher is like pretty good as well, but it's not that big. So I think Prisoner is pretty good. Just like how Wickington makes him drop, like Prisoner's Shock also makes him drop. So I think like having that little threat has also won us some games sometimes. So yeah, Prisoner's definitely pretty good.
This is just
Entomologist,
like all
I would put her in A tier, like also middle of A tier. I don't know, she's not super duper crazy because nowadays the newer hunters are just kind of overpowered. I didn't know Sangria she can just go right through her bees, but Geisha can't. Like, what's the deal with that? And then like Nightwatch can drag her off her bees, but it's a Nightwatch, so it doesn't really matter too much. She's like situationally, like, if she didn't have anything, gelling up the windows is okay. It's not like the greatest thing ever, but it's still a plus. She has no decoding speed debuff. The only thing that's bad about her is that you can kind of see her if she tries to mind game you through a wall because of the what's it's called like pheromones or something. I think she's really strong against a lot of hunters. Like those bees, it can block Axe Boy, it can block Jack, it can just block doorways. And I think that makes Melly really powerful in a lot of cases. Plus, if she's supporting with her bees, it's support from across the map. So I think that Melly is just like pretty good. But you know, she has like a few specific counters. Like she's not gonna win against Anne. She's not gonna win against like an opera singer. She's not good in every situation as much as like a prospector is, or like a priestess is, or like a seer is. But she's definitely good in most situations. Painter. Oh god, this is gonna be controversial. I think Painter's like B tier. Maybe C tier. I don't know. I just think.
No. 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 Painter's not C tier. Painter's not C tier. He's not. Painter's high B, yeah.
Painter's like pretty garbage as a character. I don't know if I put him in the same tier as Mind's Eye, but I would definitely say that like, do you know how many times people have used the painting and they're just like absolutely useless? You can even use the painting itself as hit cancels or like attack recovery cancels. The paintings are just so bad. Why would you play Painter when you can just play Prospector?
You mean why would I play Painter, the survivor that can actually kite an opera singer and force her out of her one ability compared to a prospector whose ability gets outpaced by an opera? Not to mention the fact that you can rescue this person at any time. Are you gonna play rank? Yeah, I'm gonna play rank. Once we finish this, I'm gonna play rank.
Like, I have to go and run towards the hunter, get a good look at his face, and then paint the painting for like, what is it, 7 to 8 seconds? Whereas Prospector just gets his magnets. He has infinite magnets.
Every 70 seconds! Are we just ignoring the elephant in the room of every 70 seconds? You can't say that this ability takes too long and then, like, the guy that it takes 70 seconds. Like, what? You can't say that. Because if that's the case, this motherfucker belongs in C. It's not an argument.
He can generate. Whereas Painter gets 2 paintings. He gets 2. And that's it. And, like, the hunter has to look at the painting. And even if he does look at the painting, it gets beaten out by excitement. The only reason why this character...
So then, Prospector also gets beaten out by excitement. So put his ass in C tier.
Can work a little bit is if you chase him first and he has full kite. Like, that's the only situation I can see Painter working as. But he's just so easy to get caught in.
Forward
Painter
right.
itself, there are better options. If you look and see, this is like, there are better options section. This is the worst. This is the worst. Like, anybody has a better option.
I am never taking an enchantress, a cowboy, or a postman, or over a painter. I am never taking those characters over a painter. No, never. No, I'm never taking an enchantress. I'm never taking them over a painter.
Option.
Absolutely
C tier is
not.
like, there are better options for what you're trying to do. B tier is like, yes, there are also better options, but you know, you can do it better, I guess. I don't know. There aren't a lot of upsides. If you just like maybe give him speedy decoding, or maybe give him like better rescuing. I don't know. The painters are just
He has neutral
Batter.
decoding.
Okay, I firmly believe Batter is S tier.
No, 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 no. He's not S. He's not S. I'm not even gonna go into that. He's not S. He's not S. He's not S. You just made an argument for how Painter gets beat up by excitement. Batter gets beat up by excitement. Batter has no. He's not S.
Yes, he has a decoding speed debuff, but oh my god, is he just like better forward? Being able to harass the hunter from a range is so strong. Every time, like, Batter, S tier. Yeah, he puts the fear into the hearts of hunters everywhere. There's a
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Batter is a bitch. Batter is a little boy sitting at the grown-up table. He is no.
couple that like don't mind him. The super meta ones, like Ivy doesn't really care about him. Hullabaloo, I feel like doesn't really care about him either.
Batter is still good. Don't get it twisted, but he's not S tier. He's not S tier.
Batter is super obnoxious. If there was a best harassment, a good batter will cook you for sure. A good batter will definitely cook you for sure. I think a good batter in solo queue will destroy you. Especially for some hunters out there.
A good
Hullabaloo's
painter in
kind of
solo
a-
queue
Yeah,
will
like
fuck
that's
you.
what I'm saying. He counters certain hunters you don't think would counter them. There's only a couple of hunters that are like really good against him. But it's like few and far between. Like Ivy is probably the only one that can deal with him super easily.
Batter buff
I don't
board,
think
by the
there's
way.
too many downsides. Like yes, his decoding is pretty bad, but like if he gets his harassments off, he's the craziest survivor. I think he's one of the craziest. How many
There's a
times
lot
did
of
Batter hit
what
me,
ifs.
but I didn't care and I still got him? See, that's the thing, right? There are survivors. Like how many times has Norton missed his magnets on me, or how many times has an acrobat flopped his kite or his bomb, or how many times has like first officer flopped his rescue? I'm talking about like super high tier survivors that in theory their abilities are really strong based on how easy and how hard they are to use. Because like in theory, if Batter hits you and gets all the harassment off, he's probably one of the hardest to deal with. I love to harass him because I get nervous. Yeah, like even just holding the
If Painter kites you, in theory, if Painter kites you and gets both of his paintings off, it's a guaranteed 80-second kite. It's a guaranteed 80-second. If Gardner, in theory, gets all her bubbles off, she's guaranteed kiting you for over 100 seconds. Like, there's too much in theory of, like, potential man this, potential man that. Batter is in no way S tier. Like, no. He's not S tier.
the bat up there, it makes a lot of hunters nervous and second guess themselves. Yes, you can break the balls, but there's 3 of them. There's 3 balls, and if you do take your time to break them, he's gonna get at least 60-some seconds off of you. All 3. You have to break all 3. And if you don't break them, he'll pick them up. There's only 3? Yes, only 3. That's still 3. And if he gets them off properly, he gets so much distance. In terms of supporting harassment, and in terms of kiting himself, I would say he's definitely S tier. Toy Merchant, middle of A tier. I
Sure.
still think that like a lot of the trick
Sure.
locations for her are kind of crazy. Like there are certain hunters that don't care for it. Hullabaloo doesn't care. Like Sangria can just catch up. A lot of hunters can just catch up to her nowadays. But if you know her trick locations, like I'm sure you've seen me set up the catapult outside of hospital, it kind of gives a lot of hunters a run for their money. There's not like a ton of situations.
If your justification for S tier is all niche scenarios, they aren't S tier. S has to be consistent at one job or consistent at all jobs. Yeah, exactly.
Where she's super bad at. It's only like her glider is so good. But again, if there's a hunter that's just faster than her, like when I play Breaking Wheel, you can get your distance. The only amount of time that you have kiting is the amount of time you're in the air. So Torment, like, yeah, I don't know. If you know her trick spots though, she's just so.
Toy Merchant A, just because of the fact of catapult loops on certain maps are still broken. Like, put her on Moonlit, put her on Eversleeping, on Chinatown, now on Darkwoods is 2 especially. Like, a lot of the maps she actually does pretty well on kite-wise. But it's just, the meta just sucks for her right now. Another one of these characters were good against the non-meta, bad against the meta. Like, map dependency? That's a fair argument then, yeah. Merchant and B. Yeah, that's actually a fair argument. I kind of just contradicted myself right there.
So powerful. You have to know where to place your stuff.
Fair.
The issue is like a lot of the times, especially in solo queue, most of the time people are trapped in the locations that they're at, and they don't like the hunters don't let you rotate over to the catapult. And the catapults are usually like only really strong for other survivors in certain locations. But other than that, I think that she's pretty decent. I mean, like, there's not a lot of downsides to her. She gives a free item to one of your fellow survivors. She can be played as like anything really. She's not a bad rescuer either. Patient, I think I would put Patient S tier.
He's not S tier anymore, bro. He's not S tier. He's not S tier anymore. Goatman, Ivy, the Hullabaloo even. No, he's not S tier anymore. He's not S tier anymore. He's still good. He's still a good character. He's not S tier anymore, though. He's not.
He's like worse acrobat, but he can like the fact that he can do the acrobat things is kind of crazy.
Worse than Wendy and Arrow?
No,
okay, that's a stretch.
Like he's kind of crazy with kiting. If you think about it, like he can do all the trick spots that Toy Merchant can do by himself. It's not support, but I think that Patience S tier. 3 hooks and he's done. Yeah, but like if you hook into certain spots, there's get out of jail free cards. Like if you
Chat, how many times have we seen Patient 4th stop against an opera singer? What was the average kite time for that? Like 64 seconds? 65 seconds? Amiya at the moment is a worse arrow? Yeah, that I can agree with. But I would still have Amiya better than Wendy. Like, the average kite time for Patient 4th stop is always like 65 seconds? Like, maybe?
Hook up into factory in Oyo's memory,
60.
or if you hook like through the window in the hospital in Birdcage, like there's so many spots where he can just get out of jail free. I think if you have get out of jail free cards, you pretty much upper A tier, if not S tier. I don't think he has a big decoding speed debuff, if any. He doesn't have that. He pairs really well with Psychologist. He makes a good rescuer. Like literally, there's a reason why a lot of people take Tide on Patient and that also take Tide on Acrobat because they're just so hard to catch. The hooks, if you use.
What about Painter? That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these arguments that he's making, like. The elephants, bro. Like you can apply that logic to them, and then by there, like
them properly, get you so much value. Other than that, I don't think there's too many things like that are bad about Patient. If anything, like lower S tier because like he doesn't offer too many support abilities.
High A, low
but
S.
him as a character and his ability
I
to
personally
kite
have Psych
is definitely
because I value
that's what he's best at. He's a really good kiter. If you just use your hooks properly. Ada, I would also put S tier. Honestly, I had my doubts.
Ada, you can put if you put her A, I don't care. If you put her S, I don't care. I put Psych in S tier because me personally, I value how you can just slap her into any team comp. You can just put a Psychologist in any comp and it works. It does not matter. She has coordinator syndrome where she can just, which is why for me, coordinator's also S tier. You can just put her in any team and she takes 3 hits. It doesn't matter. You don't gotta worry about shit. Psych also enables Puppeteer. Yep. The healing, like, yeah.
About Ada, she's like too solid as a character. Or if not like top of A tier maybe. She's too solid. Like she's a raw kiter, yes. I just think that there's like no downsides to her as well. The thing is like you can chase her early and she's a raw kiter, but the stress levels, you have to get a very early hit on her if you want to down her early. Otherwise you like she just kind of forces you to wait out your stuff. If you catch her and she's in a strong area, it's longer than 60 seconds.
Okay, but why is
how long you have to wait for her stress to come off?
I don't know.
Like you don't even have to kite that hard with her.
I don't know, bro.
Because most hunters have to wait out your stress if you don't want to give her a free rebound.
What was that noise?
Like,
that was probably his
15 seconds
thing.
all on its own. If you hit her and she's already done 45 seconds, the next 15 are free.
Why not?
And plus her whistle is like surprisingly strong.
Why did he take her
especially
out
if you want
of
to keep like her combinations with a lot of these characters are really good. I think her whistle is really underrated.
Wouldn't that make her more S tier then? If she then also has high synergy with the better characters, Merc, Seer, Acro, and Officer? These 4 do not belong in S tier. Priestess, Prost, Battery, they don't belong here. The only 4 people in S tier should be Merc, Seer, Acro, and Officer right now. And with the addition of Psych.
If you have like a good rescuer, like a proper team comp, Ada would be there for sure. I think she's used quite frequently in Koa as well, like or in just tournament play. Ada was like
and
she's just a really
yeah,
solid
and
character.
Anti.
If you chase her first, it's almost like a guaranteed draw, unless you like really get her early. And if you don't chase her first, she can be a menace, being able to heal you from across the map. I think that You know, maybe not S tier, but definitely A tier. The only reason why I
No,
don't put her in S
she
tier is because like she doesn't have a gimmick that can make her infinitely stronger than all the other survivors. Novelist,
she doesn't need a gimmick. She just eats hits. Like she doesn't need a gimmick. That is the gimmick.
B tier. I hate to say it, but like he doesn't have a lot of his swap switcheroo is like kind of
You're not putting enough respect on novelist. You're not. You're not putting enough respect on novelist. Novelist is like A minus. Wi-Fi healing is a gimmick. You're not putting like novelist is A minus tier. I there's no way you're telling me novelist is worse than thief, bro. There's no way you're telling me novelist is worse than thief. Like you can't like put the boy in low A. Like he's not that bad. He sucks against Ivy, but what he can do against he can gimmick a goat man with his book. I can see a world where he's low S. Yeah, if the Ivy didn't exist, like he can do work. He can put in work.
bad.
The book is such a good disorienting ability against so many hunters. A Hullabaloo sets up a clone on you. Oh, what if I just swap places with you? So now that clone is completely worthless, and I get a speed boost that allows me to transition to a window or pallet. You know, novelist should not be in B tier. He's A minus tier.
It's okay for like certain situations, but honestly, they're very situational. If you swap with someone and they're like under a pallet or something, yeah, you get a free pallet stun on them, but he only gets one of those. You have to recharge it, and it kind of takes a while, especially if the hunter isn't directly.
By that logic, Seer should be down here. What? Not down, not literally because Seer makes anyone a pseudo tank, but by that logic, then Seer should be an A. Seer and Novelist are literally 1 and 2 of the same characters. If we're using that it takes too long to recharge logic, then Seer shouldn't be S. He should be an A.
Looking at you, hunters that really know what they're doing can prevent you from your page up. Like the swapping thing, does it help you get to chairs sometimes? I guess if you want to use him as a rescuer. He's in the there are better options category. But he's not like the worst character ever. A lot of people can make him work. Pre-nerf Orpheus, I feel like I would still give him B tier because it was kind of an interesting situation where like, what if it's a Naiad? You just swap she can just walk you on top of a puddle. I remember doing that. Like novelists would just swap me while I'm playing Naiad, and I just walk them into my abyss, and they're just cooked anyways. Novelist isn't that special or anything. He definitely seems fun to play, especially with all like the little tricks you can do. Especially with, like, combos. If you're with,
you gotta be
like a cowboy or something. I've seen that combo go off pretty hard. Like just swapping the hunter in the pallet, double harassment. He's really powerful. I don't think a lot of situations call for that, and especially if you chase him first, it's like he swaps you once and then you're kind of done until you get your next page. It just takes him too long to generate a page. I feel like it takes him as long as it takes Seer to generate an owl.
Little girl should be in B tier.
Little girl, if there was a B plus tier, I would put her there.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for this, but I think little girl's like A minus, B plus.
We're not putting little girl above gardener or painter, bro. Put her in B tier. 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 Put her in B tier, bro. She's not that good.
Hear me out, okay? Little girl is kind of unique in that she has a lot of crazy. Her abilities are kind of crazy. Little girl over Gardener, I think so. If I were to rate whose abilities are stronger, she has her bubble. Little girl has 3 pages to work with, but she also has an ability that lets her latch onto people.
Bro, this is how you counter. I'm gonna do it with my desk. This is how you counter the pages. That's how you counter pages. That's how you do it. Like
People where you don't have to kite yourself. She can also teleport across the map. Teleporting across the map is so good on like Moonlit and Lakeside, or like just a really large map that it takes you forever to get across.
That's a niche.
If you're like not being chased at endgame, she can teleport to the gate that's being open. She can force draws pretty easily if she's just not
You're
kiting.
describing a niche.
Teleporting and body blocking, like yeah, she can do that too. But that's not the reason why you play her. Like if you're a hermit or something and you're chasing someone that a little girl is attached to, I'll tell you what, it's a nightmare. You can get the stun off, but she'll still push you away. It pretty much blocks a whole stun with her ability.
You have
the only thing like that she's bad at is like taking the first kite herself. But a little girl, like if you just put her in a hospital or put her somewhere that's like hard to chase in, I feel like little girl's stronger than Gardener. I think that.
How in the hypothetical situation do you put the character that only takes 2 hits in hospital and say they're gonna kite better than the character that takes 3 hits? Does that doesn't make sense, man.
That little girl still belongs in like A minus tier.
That doesn't.
People
give
her too much like crap for, I don't know why. Because there's a lot of.
Because she's mid.
But there's also some little girls that are like absolutely crazy. Have you ever seen like Rilakuma, who's the #1 little girl player, cook with her? There are a lot of situations. It's really gimmicky, but I would say it's on the same gimmick level as Embalmer. So that's why I put her down there. Weeping Clown, I would say it's S tier. Weeping Clown's kind of crazy. Like the ability for him.
I personally disagree with this, but if you have, I would have Weeping Clown in A, in the top of A, like near the top of A. I personally disagree with Weeping in S, but if you have Weeping in S, to each their own.
Him the get out of jail free card is like it's also up there with a lot of the other survivors.
Weeping
and at the same
high
time,
A for me.
he himself is like really, really good at getting away from most hunters. Like, I guess not breaking wheel, and I guess not like, and maybe if you just use your rockets properly, no one can catch this guy. Like, maybe another clown can catch you. That would be really funny. Clown on clown in action. Weeping Clown is hidden OP. A lot of people don't think he's OP, but he's actually hidden OP. He can do it all. He can harass, he can rescue, he can kite, he can support. The only thing he can't do really well is
He's
decoding,
pretty versatile,
but like,
but
who
I
cares when he can do all the other
for
stuff
me,
really,
I put him
really
up
well.
top.
Weeping is not all
okay.
that. Okay, well, if you try to 1v1 a Weeping Clown, I guarantee you he will 3-cipher kite you. I guarantee you. A lot of people who try to get a Weeping Clown, like, there are certain characters who can do nothing to him. Clerk can't do nothing. Let me see. Hellenberg can't do nothing. Feaster can't do nothing.
So what about Goatman? What about Opera Singer? What about Ivy? What about Hullabaloo? And Nightwatch? Oh god.
Joseph can't do nothing. Like, a lot of these hunters can't do nothing against a Weeping
he
Clown
just
when he just
need,
gets on
like,
his rocket.
3
Yeah, he can
bottom
just transition
5
anywhere he
hunters.
wants for free with just 1 rocket. And he gets 3 of them. Crazy how he gets 3
Doesn't
of
he
them.
counter Goatman? No,
Professor,
because if he puts a
A tier.
cage, you're just gonna go right through
I
the
would put him
cage.
at like upper
Professor
A tier
A tier, yeah.
because he's kind of crazy. Like, if you hit your scales, you're crazy. But if you don't hit your scales, you're nothing. The scales theoretically are like a free stun. A lot of hunters will try to bait it out of you. You get 2 chances, and they're on such a low cooldown. Like, you think it's high, but it's not. It's actually quite low. And he can give it to other survivors as well. I think that Lucino is like pretty strong. And now that he can block abilities like
Lucino.
Ann Cats, he can block the stun from Ann. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Professor in A tier.
that
I agree.
invalidates one of her jumps. That like one of the
Why
things
is
that make
Emma
her super
B tier
strong.
still?
But
I
he's,
don't
there's
know.
some things that he
I
can get
don't
around.
know.
Like, some hunters that can get around him.
Justice
Especially
for
things that
Emma,
like
bro.
kind of make it
Justice
hard
for
for him to
Emma.
catch. He gets a free chip hit. So like Bonbon that chases a Professor have really hard times trying to get him because he gets a free block for nothing. He doesn't even have to activate it. He just gets it.
Damn,
There's not a lot of downsides to Lucino. I think if he like puts down to scale, he gets a small decoding debuff, but it's not that big.
I don't agree with his justification for Professor placement. You don't go for just scale hits. You use it to win mind games or counter crowd controls. Yeah. Like, I agree with the placement, but like the justification, like, you're not, because when you're using Professor, you're not using Professor because scale hit funny. You're using his scale because you're able to avoid crowd control effects. Like IV full presence, the most like arguably one of the most broken things in the game right now. Like, top of A, I could see Professor being top of A. I think at worst though, like if for a more balanced middle of A.
And
Better flywheel every
the scale
45
that hacks out
seconds.
survivors can actually save you a lot. Like, it can save you hard if you're just really good with your timing. That's assuming you're good with your timing. Antiquarian, I don't know, dude.
Put Anti in
I think
S.
Antiquarian, she's definitely A tier at least. I thought about putting her to S tier, but recently there have been like so many hunters that just straight up beat her. If you do Antiquarian properly, she's S tier.
1, 2, 3, 4. What do you mean if you do anti?
If you do her poorly, I would still give her A tier. Yeah, like if you get hit by Antiquarian 3 times, that's like what, 16 seconds? Like, her smacks, like, it's 16 seconds of free kiting. Like 60 seconds for free against like a Geisha or like a Hellenberg or like even like a gamekeeper that doesn't have presence or like a Jack or against like any of these hunters right here. If she just locks you down, you're kind of cooked. Like, it's
Are we ignoring the fact that she can kite the best hunter in the game right now? What? It's harder to do, but she can still kite the. But what? She can still kite an Ivy. She can still kite a Goatman. She can still kite an Opera. I'm gonna remember the 16 seconds for free when it gets to right, right. Because if that's the case, Puppeteer's an S tier. Puppeteer, by the way, for me, A tier in rank, S tier in tourney. That's how I see Puppeteer.
she's definitely strong. But the thing is, like, more often than not, hunters bait out her hits. But if you're an Antiquarian and you play her properly, I feel like there's a way to make it so you don't mess up your hits. It just depends on how well you play her. In that peak tier, Antiquarian, in theory, is like one of the best survivors because of how good her lockdown is. Yeah, she just like the gate thing. Yeah, it's kind of whatever. She has no decoding debuffs. She just kind of goes ham. Composer, I would just put him in the same place as Prisoner.
We're not putting Composer above Gardener, above Magician, above Painter, above Perfumer, above Dancer.
I don't know if he's like better or worse than Prisoner. After playing both these characters extensively, I would still put them both in A tier. He's fast. I mean, he's got his one escape thing. He decodes at 20%. Plus 20% is a lot. He's kind of hard to catch. Like, he's pretty hard to catch. Things that Prisoner
Yeah, Composer is relative to Prisoner, but it's just the placements.
stun doesn't work on, Composer works on better. Like, if you try to chase him and you're like, I don't know, a violinist or a wax artist, he'll just out-rotate you. Like Prisoner doesn't have the speed to out-rotate someone, but Composer definitely does. Like if there's anyone who can rotate early, it's Composer. If you have like a seer that sees who they are early, you can just be like, by the way, Composer, they're on their way. And unless you're like a breaking wheel like Geisha, a Percy, or something like that that's super fast, he's gonna out-rotate you 100%.
Or an opera singer, Goatman, Ivy, Hullabaloo. Like, what, bro? Why are we just ignoring? Why are we just ignoring the big four hunters that exist? We're just completely disregarding the big four. Like, what? We're just completely disregarding them.
It all depends on like how much early knowledge you have. But yeah, his decoding is like slightly better than Prisoner's. He's just faster. I don't know. I would say Prisoner's versatility, like his gimmick, is stronger than Composer's. But yeah, Composer is.
Doesn't Composer outspeed Ivy full pres and force like a 95? Yeah, it does. If you use the tuning fork, it does. But it's more like just baseline speed, like the general concept. If you use tuning fork and then Ivy possesses you, then your tuning fork was useless.
Still pretty good. He's underrated. Yeah, I think he's just underrated. Journalist, I would give A tier, but under Andrew. I would say she's better than Cord.
No! No! She's not above Cord. Not above Wildling. No! No. I can understand you putting Journalist in A tier because you gotta respect the practical guaranteed rescue. But no, she's not above Cord. She's not above Wildling. Her ability to rescue is too inconsistent. And she only gets one of it. She only gets one. And it's inconsistent. She's not above them. No.
Coordinator, but worse than Gravekeeper. She gets cooked by certain hunters, but her doofy is like almost guaranteed rescuing. If you're a crazy journalist, a good journalist is crazy strong.
Hey, Carl, like, welcome to the
She can body block
squad.
from pretty far away with a doofy. That's like how crazy that is amazing. If you're a really, really good journalist, you can make her work. Like I'm pretty sure people have seen.
Bro, that logic applies for if you're a really good gardener, you can make it work. If you're a really good mage, you can make it work. If you're a really good painter, you can make it work. The argument doesn't.
Me play Alice really well, or not really well, but like decently. And placing those body blocks like right when the hunter swings, especially for slower attacking hunters, is actually not that hard. If it's a Hullabaloo, journalist is cooked. Yeah, I mean like if it's Hullabaloo, a lot of these top tier survivors would probably get cooked. Like you can just lock down Antiquarian with your red ball.
Professor in A tier makes sense.
Like Hullabaloo is just kind of
shouldn't be that high.
There's not a lot of people that like can.
He shouldn't be this high.
That's why they're the S tier hunters. But I'll make my hunter tier list afterwards, and we'll talk about that later. Aeroplanist, I would put A tier. He's kind of crazy. Like his boosting, he can do it like 3 times, I think. One is a get out of jail free card, depending on how well you do it. He's like a pretty decent rescuer. He's a pretty decent kiter. And he's one of the few rescuers that don't have like a huge decoding speed debuff. Patience S tier. Yeah, because his dashes aren't exactly get out of jail free.
We'll watch the hunters here tomorrow.
Like the thing about Patience hooks, you can hook up and climb on top of things. It'll give you over objects 3 times. But Charles can only do it once. That still makes him pretty good. Like that makes him pretty good as a rescuer. He's really good at like getting away as much as Andrew is or as much as Journalist is. You know, I might put like and he can still get Terror Shock like quite easily, especially against double hit hunters. Like if you just have like he's not Journalist will save you from a Hell Ember, maybe if you just like force the doofy hit, but Aeroplanist might get double hit, or like Gravekeeper might get double hit here. So there's different situations where like these rescuers can do their job properly, but against different hunters. Like Gravekeeper might be really good against Fool's Gold because he can get right up to the chair and he's got super fast rescuing time. But it's not like Fool's Gold is really good against Journalist because he can just get rid of the doofy before he actually touches the chair, or like before he rescues, because it knocks you off the rescue animation. So these 3 are kind of like all in the same area. Cheerleader, I would say is A tier. Like middle of A tier. I don't think Cheerleader is like super great. Yes, her beep beeps work out really well. I don't think her beep beeps are like that great. She gets 2 of them, and the slowdown will get you cooked by a lot of hunters. I don't even know who she's that good against. Like Naiad, I guess she's good against. Dreamwish, she's pretty good against. She's too easy to catch with her slowdown. Clerk will catch up really fast, and will catch up really fast. And when you slow down, it makes you an easy target for a lot of like sniper hunters. For example, like Violinist, Bonbon, Violetta, Jack. Like they'll just hit you from across the map because you can't dodge it if you're too slow. Her support is like okay, but it's pretty situational. Because like refreshing does nothing for Psychologist, for Prisoner. A lot of these characters don't benefit from a refresh. It's kind of situational.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What? What bro? You can't say her support is negligible and then pull out like the literal like the best part about her. No, like
although it's good. Her cheer supporting ability is actually quite strong, but it's a little risky because you have to get very, very close to do it. And a lot of hunters will get a bonus hit for you. So at the very least, you can force like another hit. I don't think she's weak, but I don't think she's S tier. Dang, this A tier slot is looking kind of wide. There's a lot of A tiers.
Yeah.
Puppeteer, I would say like A tier as well. She's kind of the same category as like cheerleader, but maybe like upper A tier because like Puppeteer is really, really good.
Keyful,
The
now's your
thing is, he
time.
has a lot of really hard counters. Like Wax Artist counters him really hard. Bonbon counters him really hard.
I wonder who else gets countered by Wax Artist and Bonbon. I wonder who else gets countered by Wax Artist and Bonbon.
And kind of counters him if she silences you. Like he's really, really good against certain hunters, but really, really bad against some other hunters. So I would put him in S if he was like, there are like some really good things about him. For example, he can take detention hits. Not a lot of survivors can take detention hits. More often than not, you can bait out the hits. And I'm not saying like, it's easier to bait out Matthias hits than it is to bait out Professor hits. Because if you bait out Professor hit and he's by a pallet already, he can drop the pallet. But if you bait out a Matthias hit, he's already taken the chip damage. So it's harder to recover from that than it is for like Professor who doesn't really have to risk a health state. If you miss, like you miss. And you can turn on a second time too, for free. And I'm pretty sure if you do miss as Professor, you get a reduced cooldown on your ability. His healing is really, really bad. It's good in certain situations. If like you prime someone, you can just like heal up half health state, but it's kind of bad in other situations. Yeah, Lewis and Matthias, I feel like they're just really, really good against certain hunters and really, really bad against certain others. So I don't think he necessarily belongs in S tier.
Guys, remember the common theme, tank. He can eat 3 hits. That already enough. Eat 3 hit, good.
Rebound off chair detention hit.
Eat 3 hit
can't
equal good.
rebound,
Like literal
'cause if
like
you're at
monkey
half
brain
health
shit.
and you take
Eat 3 hit
if
equal
you use
good.
Lewis, it gives you 3/4 of a full health, and then you only get 1 chip, so a detention hit will still down him. I would put him in S tier if there weren't so many hunters that can deal with it. Because like I said, Wax Artist can just stun him out.
What did
still
he
down
just
him.
say?
I would if you use Lewis, it gives you 3/4 of a full health, and then you only get 1 chip, so a detention hit will still. If you use Lewis, it gives you 3/4 rebound. Because if you're at half health and you take, if you use Lewis, it gives you 3/4 of a full health, and then you only get 1 chip, so a detention hit will still down him. I would put him in S tier if there weren't so many hunters that can deal with it. Because like I said, Wax Artist can just stun him out and can silence him. Bonbon, like most chip hunters can deal with him pretty easily. Like Galatea, if she gets a chip on him, like you're gonna have to pop the Lewis's really easily. Finn, I would say is S tier. Honestly, these balls are kind of crazy. Finn balls are kind of crazy.
No.
He's hidden OP in my opinion. Finn
No, he's not S. He's not S. Guys, first fire investigator. First fire investigator. He's not S tier. He's not. He's not S tier. He's high A. He's another one of these potential man characters. S tier. Yes. S tier in tournament when you know what you're going against. A tier in rank. S tier in tourney when you know what you're going against. Because you can actually properly prepare for that. Not in ranked where it's too much of a wild card.
was my first S badge character that I went for, and he's really strong. Like, a lot of people don't think Finn is strong, but I think he's kind of crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's played a lot in Goa. He's even good against some of the upper tier hunters. Like, he's pretty good against Ivy, I would say. Yeah, his ability to rotate and also help other survivors rotate is really, really good. Like, did you see the amount of times like people try to get survivors down to basement? If you just force them to drop one way or another, he buys so much time. If you break 2 balls, he's useless. Yeah, but you have to break 2 of his balls. And if he uses a ball, that's pretty much a free transition to anywhere you want because of the speed boost. And then they have to break the ball. Like, so he gets 2 free transitions to anywhere he wants. I think that makes him really, really powerful. And once you break the balls, like, if you do get rid of his balls and chase him down, that's probably a 3-cipher kite. I've never not 3-cipher kited, I think, unless I mess up super hard with Finn.
Yeah.
And if you don't break the balls, they become infinite loops in a lot of cases. He's just really good against certain hunters, like most hunters, I would say.
Yeah, but that exact reasoning is why he's not. Because it requires the hunter. It requires the hunter to make some kind of error. Because if the hunter doesn't have their head up their ass and they just break the ball, then you have nothing. In a ranked situation where you don't know what hunter you're facing, he can't be S tier because he's too situational. He is just too situational. How many times when I was on my S batch fire grind, when I was first in Fire Investigator, we saw my kites, good and bad. He is too situational in rank when you don't know what you're facing. He's not S tier in rank. He's not. He's S tier in tournament when you know what you're gonna go against and you know what you can do, how you can rotate, where you can place your balls. But he's not in rank where you could just get some bullshit, like a fucking geisha or some shit. Who are we on? Fire Investigator.
There aren't a lot of people that can beat him. Is he better than Anti though? Yeah.
No.
Like his decoding debuff is only 5% too. He's pretty strong. Fairly.
Doesn't Anti have no debuff? What?
Lady, I would say is A tier.
No. No.
After her buffs, I would probably give her A tier. I don't know, like these, I've stacked up the rescuers on top of each other, but I've also stacked up the decoders on top of each other. I don't think Pharaoh's S tier. If Anne lands a cat on her, like she's cooked. I mean, like when I play Anne against a Fair Lady, she's just like absolutely doomed. Because Fair Lady is like, she's not S tier for sure. She's definitely annoying to chase, and she definitely beats out a lot of people. But like if you listen closely to a Fair Lady while she's on top of you, you can tell which direction she's going. And there are so many times where I just hit her out of her cloak. Invisibility ability. I feel like it's a little too easy to do it. If they made her footsteps silent while she's in her
Zeus, when you called Wendy mid, that would be a better definition for Pharaoh. No, Wendy's still mid. Don't get it twisted. She's still
invisibility,
mid.
I think she would be
She's
really,
still
really
mid.
good. But if you're careful
Wendy's
about
still
chasing
mid.
a Fair Lady, she's really easy to catch. Yeah, there's a lot of characters that are just good at catching her.
Wendy
Like,
is just another
Violetta, if you
potential
get a web
man.
on you, you're revealed while you're invisible. Hermit just has to
Knight,
shoot in
A
your
tier for
general area,
rank, S tier
and
for tourney.
that just straight up reveals you. I think Hullabaloo turns it off too with red. There's just a lot of hunters that can beat out Fair Lady, but that doesn't mean there aren't a lot of hunters that she counters either. Like if she goes invisible, Clerk can't record. Yeah, like if Wax Artist chases Pharaoh, you can just shoot everywhere and you'll hit her for sure. Like he has too much wax for it to be spread out. She's probably pretty good against Knight. Like Fair Lady, she's not bad. She's definitely good, but she's not super, super good that you can work against everyone. Like notice how a lot of the decoders, they all have enough downsides to not be an S tier. Knight, I think Knight deserves S tier. Honestly, Knight's kind of crazy.
Not in ranked. Too dependent on what hunter you're facing. Like too dependent on the hunter placement. It's too dependent on the hunter that you're facing. In a tournament, Knight can be S tier. And ranked, no. Because in ranked, you don't know if you're gonna face a Goatman or if you're gonna face a Clerk which counters you. You don't know if you're going to face an Opera or if you're gonna face a Wax Artist. You don't. And you know, the rescuing is good. It is great, but there is counterplay to the rescue. You can manage with the rescue. You can. His prediction, everything is all 50-50. It's all gamble. It's literally like it's his thing, his gimmick is Gasha.
I feel like a lot of people, he's so like coin flippy sometimes if you're not good at the mind game, but I think Richard is probably one of the best rescuers. I'd put him up here. He's a better rescuer than these three, but I don't know if he's better than First Officer. Like being able to rescue from afar is kind of crazy. I've never, ever terror shocked a knight while they're trying to rescue from a range. I don't even know if it's possible. They showed it in the video, but like I did it while he's doing it, the animation, and it's still not terror shock somehow. He gets a free tide, so he doesn't need tide turner, if you know what I'm saying.
No, he does.
He has the helmets that can cut off the hunter's abilities. If he guesses right twice, like he's kind of crazy. Honestly, if he gets 3 of them, that's 6 guesses. And a lot of hunters, like you can kind of force them to guess a certain way. Like Jack, you don't have to guess anything but attack. You'll guess right every single
Yeah, wow, Ripper. Jazz hands.
time if you just guess attack. Or if you guess like 1 attack and 1 stalemate, you can do that too. Like if you think a lizard, well, you can force the lizard to jump if you just guess attack, because then they'll have to jump and then they'll overshoot themselves at the start. Or if you don't want to get double hit by a Lucino, you can just guess 2 jumps and then he'll have to hit you before you get to chair. Like Knight is so good. I wish I played Knight. Maybe I'll play Knight next season. We need a dedicated rescuer anyways. I just feel like Knight is super duper good. He's banned a lot too. He's like a good kiter. His decoding speed is like meh. I haven't really looked at it specifically, but his rescuing is like oof, delicious. It's good gear. And then the last one is Meteorologist. So, all right, I haven't seen her yet, but if I were to guess, just based on her
No, 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 nope, 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 no, no, put her, no, 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 bottom A, high B, no, no, she's not S, she's not S, not S, not S, she's not S, no. She is too situational. Too situational. She needs to be in a good place for her ability to be useful. She needs to be on a specific map for her thing. Like no. That, and she's also too new. Like, you know? No, she's low A to high B. Her niches cover up her weaknesses. You just contradicted yourself. Niches. She has niches, not something that's considered niches. You just contradicted yourself. It's a niche. She's nowhere near. No, she's not S tier. Nowhere near it. Niche shouldn't be an S, exactly.
She looks like an S tier. I would say she looks
If you're an S tier, it's not because you're a niche. You're an S tier because you are a guarantee.
an S tier. She's not. I don't know if she's actually S. I don't know exactly if she is S, but I would say at the very least she's A. Meteorologist players are so good, actually. Yeah, because like, have you seen those TikTok videos of her just like? She can go up the second platform. She can go off the second platform and into 2-story. Who can do that? Meteorologist is S tier. There's no way.
So why isn't Merchant in S tier then? If she can go up platforms, why isn't Merchant in S tier? Why isn't Merchant? She has 3 abilities that cover all her problems. The rain is still useless. I mean, the rain is the way of her abilities go cloud, rain, and the wind, the pushback. The pushback is like her most useless ability because it's so easy to dodge. Unless you make it really big, in which you only leave yourself with one more bottle use. Like, her pushback is probably her worst ability because it's the one that's the most inconsistent.
Way she's not S tier. Like, she is absolutely insane as a character. She has AoE healing, which is kind of crazy.
It's a bigger batter ball, and what can you do with that? You just dodge it. It's very easy to hit. Yeah, but even if you hit it, you know what I do when a meteorologist is gonna throw her wind at me? I stand next to a wall, and then she gets no distance. I get pushed back on a wall for 1.5 seconds, and then I go about my day. It's all you gotta do. Hug a wall and you're
I think I've seen it
fine.
on TikTok before. I don't know if it's real or not. But she can do a lot of crazy things. They nerfed it? Oh, I didn't know they nerfed it. They might nerf it again, honestly, because she's not available in rank. The healing takes forever. Can you do the healing while decoding? Like, there's a lot of... I haven't played her exactly, but, like, in theory, I think she's incredibly strong. Like, I'll put her here tentatively, but again, like, she hasn't been in rank yet.
Still
She
positive
isn't going to be
distance,
available for
no.
another week and a half, but I didn't want to put off delaying this tier list until, like, 2 weeks later. I think I'll just, like...
You can use it in alleyways because it's about as wide as acro bombs, but you just hug the wall. That's the issue. You just hug the wall and you get stuck on the wall. Like that's the thing. Just hug the wall and you get stuck on the wall.
Put her here for now until people figure her out. But, a lot of people thought Finn was mid.
Because don't forget, just like batter, you need to aim it at the hunter. You need to aim it at the hunter, which means if the hunter is on the wall, you need to aim it near the wall, unless it's the max range one, in which that's still not good. Because then you're using about half of your bottle for that. In theory, on paper, she's broken. In actuality, she's not.
Until like a couple people started playing Finn. Like, I used to play Finn before when people were calling him mid, and he's S tier now on my list. There was a lot of people thought that like some of these survivors were on the weaker side before. Like, I'm pretty sure Zeus thought Knight was mid before like people started playing him. But I think that like this is a pretty good tier list on my part. And keep in mind, a lot of these survivors, I might have a little bit of bias. Like, obviously, everyone has a little bit of bias, especially based on what characters they play on Hunter and Survivor side. So because I'm a Clerk main or like an Ann player or like a Hermit player, there are certain survivors that I'm going to think are going to be stronger than others. Especially like if you're a Hullabaloo main and you're a Goatman main or you're an Opera Singer main or you're an Ivy main, like a lot of these things, like, oh wow, I play only Ivy. Of course, you're not going to think Batter is a very good character. But like if you're anybody else, Batter is kind of a menace. So there is going to be.
Then the tier list doesn't make sense, bro. The tier list doesn't make sense. You can't make a tier list that's not objectivity. You can't make a tier list that's not. You can't make a tier list that's not objectivity, man. You can't. That defeats the whole purpose of the tier list. Also, Daco, thank you for the dono.
A little bit of bias here, but this is my like general tier list for ranking, team or not. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and if you like that video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
Type shit. Yeah. So that was the tier list. Yeah. Very definitely some hot takes that got me just a tad heated. Yeah. Yeah. This tier list was something else. Holy shit. Yeah. Do I upload this to YouTube? Probably will. Who knows? If you see this on YouTube, subscribe. I'll be making my own tier list because I know the comment section is already going to be filled with people saying, well, Zeus, if you have an issue, why don't you make your own tier list? I'm already ahead of you. Don't worry. So yeah, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 10K subs before, let's say, June. Yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. All right, kids. 40 minutes in. Let's actually get to the good stuff. Let's actually get to the good stuff. But before we do, I am just gonna go use the bathroom. So yeah, I will be right back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll have everything already just, pre-set up. And yeah. Alright. Let's go. Alright. Zeus, can we get no final trade snowflake build for our first rank of the day? Pretty please. I haven't made you suffer in a while. Daco, you just want to see me cry. You just want to see me cry. Pearl asked to VC like an hour ago, and I didn't see it. Pearl more than likely fell asleep. I can't even lie. But then again, Pearl also could have just told me in chat, huh? Why? I'm trying to play Meteorologist, guys. I gotta, I gotta clutch up. When I do the when I do a hunter stream, then yeah, I'll do the snowflake build. But I still semi-care about actually like testing Meteorologist and high tier rank. Oh guys, yeah, Night of the Wind. We're playing the wind, get it? Ha ha ha. It's okay, Zeus. She's S tier. You will live. Yeah, I will actually find you all. I will in fact find you guys. Tomorrow we're gonna react to his hunter tier list. I want to see that. Alright, got a match. D&D. God damn, who is like threatens to dox his fans? I never said all that, gang. Never said all that. What's your favorite Crush 40 song? Open your heart. Open your heart. I'd like to select Meteorologist. That's tough, buddy. That's real tough. I'm not gonna lie. Again, that's really tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why do you have two final trade heists? Of course he's 7th thief. Hey man. Put Mad Eyes in S tier. Yeah, just to bait everyone. Just have you watched any musicals? No. Each and every one. Till this war is won, and I live to rule. Every watch Phantom of the Opera. All right. When's my thief arc? Never. Oh my god! If it's not a fucking photo, it's a hermit, bro. Oh, great. Well, I mean, that's something. Right? Oh my god, I did small cloud. Wow. Do you know the broken spot there? Yeah, I do. He's just gonna hit me first. Thank you. Bruh, I fucked it up. I forgot that you can do it from there. Well, I'm gonna have to just tank it. Get another one already? Damn. Get off, Wendy. Okay, but I did a good kite though, so. Like I did a fine kite. You guys are hating, but I did a good kite. She didn't use trait at all, by the way. What does he have? Like warp or some shit? Remember, the more curves means longer duration. Okay. Yeah, Hermit's shit, bro. That wasn't a terror shot. I have to just take it, yeah. The issue is that we don't have, he's full presence, so what I'm doing now doesn't even fucking matter. I should have went back over to connect. I didn't know they were healing. That got me? Really? I thought I juked that one out. Isn't Hermit like one of the biggest counters to her? Kind of, but not really. So why did the thief touch a cipher? Because now we're fucked. That routing was not it. Yeah, I'm aware. I should have just went to connect it. I thought they picked it up though. That's why I didn't. I have no like ability. I have to stay here though. That's the issue. What? Why did we not run with me? It's a trump card, Hermit. Her bottle runs out too fast, yeah. I feel like you could use Cloud once you see him shoot and make it in the air in time. No. It's too instant. It's too fast. I tried it. It's too fast. The second you see her arm, like, the second you see her right arm move, like, and it drops something, that's it. Like, you just shoot and that's it. That's as much as every other serve? No, because every other serve that has 3 items at least has an infinite amount. Yeah, it has an infinite amount. You can work with that. Prospector has 3 items, but they're infinite. Batter has 3 items, but they're technically speaking infinite if he picks them up. Dancer has 3 items, but she can pick them up and make them infinite. Merc is an S tier because of his item usage, and it's also the fact that his item also has actual usability. Merc uses an elbow pad, it's a guaranteed transition to another area. She uses a wind and it doesn't guarantee anything. Perfumer takes a hit, puts the hunter on cooldown, transitional, magician, mind game, transitional, weeping, transitional. I know, I'm just being a nerd, bruh. Bruh. Still. I still have my fire investigator bet. Her item doesn't give her any distance. Yeah, it's just dependent on where she is. It really is. Like, I used the wind on that hermit, but it didn't do much. It's perfectly bad against Hela. Yes and no, because if she isn't... because if she isn't in red, then it works, but if she is in red, it's like, it's alright. But the issue with perfume against Hullabaloo is that you have to use your perfume specifically when you're going to take damage. If you use your perfume while he's still applying colors to you, it's pointless. Like, it's worthless if you do that. Let's all spawn factory, because... Zeus, you're just bad. She's literally S tier, get better. Yeah. She can be knocked out of her ability and it will waste her ability. Yep, precisely. Well, the hunter either has to chase me in factory or, you know... Or, the Gravekeeper. Why did I spawn in here? Fuck my life! Oh. He's doing... Jesus. Oh my god, hijo gran puta! Yo, I'm gonna... Yo, bro. Yo. Are we dead ass or... Just had to be a Mad Eyes, huh? And so... Don't even. Don't even. Should've went up the stairs with the cloud. I can reach that far? Bro! Okay. Mid-ass character. My late-ass reaction time! I knew it was coming! The outside of Leo's has an invisible barrier. Yeah. At least it was 3 ciphers? Yeah, but it's a Mad Eyes. Well, I still have 1 bottle. Nice, good rescue. He also did just use Blink. I make this window. Nope. Let me just prepare crap. He canceled my shit. Fucking overdrive walls, bro. Overdrive walls. Good job on the Mad Eyes. Overdrive walls. And now your bottle's gone? Yup, because it doesn't come out instantly for whatever reason. If it came out instantly, I would have been like, guys, this is the S tier. Yeah, guys, it's just, good, disrupt. That match is probably a loss now. The match is probably a loss. Soup, stop speaking in hieroglyphics. Speak in English. Oh, we lost that hermit match and I got a +0. That's actually kind of funny. I knew about the invisible barrier on Leos. I honestly thought that because it's Wendy and she can go that high, she would be able to just fuck off. But I guess I was wrong. She'd be able to just make the hunter fuck off, but I was incorrect on that. That means shut your bitch ass up. SYBAU, shut your bitch ass up. You just gotta go down there and around it? Ah, okay. Oh my god. Well, another map that's supposed to be good for her. Oh, we're just getting all the Sonic music today on my shuffle. Okay. We're getting all the Sonic music on shuffle today. There's nothing to say out, so keep on looking ahead. It's a fucking photo. It's a goddamn photo. It's a fucking photo. It's a goddamn photo. It's a goddamn photo. It's a goddamn photo. Follow me. Set me free. Just find a way to escape from the city. I'll make it true. Follow me. Set me free. Let's make it escape from the city. No photo. Follow me. Oh, it's a Wu-Chang. The Wu-Chang. That spawned there? Wu-Chang. Thoughts on nerfing photographer? I just want him removed from the game. Joseph actually, like, so brainless. When you lose to a Mad Eyes, you have no one to blame but yourself. Yeah. Fuck Joseph. Hey Zeus, do you want a paraguas? Am I stupid? What does that mean? Did I just say a slur without knowing? Hey buddy. Oh, link click. Hey Lugon. Umbrella dude. Oh. They pinged that shit way late. There's Blink. Oh, the doofiest took the Blink hit. This journalist is cooking. Follow me. That should be all her clones. One of the few good journalist players out there? Yep, that AI on the doofy sounds like my experience. One of the... How are we still at 4 ciphers? Oh, okay. There we go. There it is. Don't tell me it's... Well, now your kite means nothing, so that's great, because we don't have tide. She's gonna have to make a choice. You're gonna have to make a choice, buddy. I don't care. Come on. Yeah, that's what I thought. Merchant goes in, gets it before half. Yep. But she farms. And no one's decoding, by the way. No one is decoding. Which is kind of a problem. Oh, wow, she didn't eat that hit. She took the hit. I need these guys to decode. Focus on decoding. We're doing that cipher? Yo. Oh, what the fuck? Type shit. Get the heal, get the heal, get the heal. Why did you pull off? Why did we pull off? Pop it! Pop it! Yo, bro. Yo, bro. My nigga, we lose. Yo, bro. High tier rank. High tier rank, by the way. Why did we pull off? Why did we pull off? Now she's dead on chair. Toy Merchant and I both pinged for the pop. At least we still win. Oh, yo, yo. At least she's fun. How much did I get for that? Got plus 14 for that match. Damn fucking right. Damn right. The pushbacks of this game were so good, yeah. I was just saying, if Wendy wasn't S tier Zeus, you wouldn't have won, bro. Is Wendy good with Tide? I was spectating the pros on Asia server. A lot of the P tiers are bringing Tide on her. I guess if you want to, you can. For me, I'm thinking of her. I think she's a pretty easy first chase, which is why I'm running Windows. Her healing cloud is 40%. Yeah. What's the most points you got in a match? Yeah. It could maybe be Tide Windows. Yeah. We could try a tied 1D match here. See how it feels. We can try a tied 1D match. Hospital. But again, I also want to see... You see my tip for basement, by the way? Yeah, right around the center peak, like third step. Get on the cloud, and then it's high enough to where I can avoid it. I want to see how she fares, obviously, against the meta. Because obviously, you know, she cooked the Wu-Chang into fucking Wu-Chang. You know, like... I want to see how she does against the meta boys and girls. Where is she? Where is she? There she is. God damn, why? Why do you have 4,000 points with her, bro? She came out yesterday. Jesus. Okay, well that somewhat makes sense. Alicorn. Oh wow, Eve is playing. Okay, well, I'll bring Tide. Oh, we got the Link Click squad. Too calm. I'm more than likely gonna get first chase, so I'm gonna just plan my route to go towards Shack Dungeon. It's guaranteed time, even though it's in a wall. Yeah, like, I can't deny that if it wasn't for that pushback in basement, I wasn't getting that rescue off, not against the Wu-Chang. That pushback did save the game, because I was gonna get stuffed if I didn't have the pushback. Not coming after me? It's another Wu-Chang. Oh, the Link Click squad is gonna be complete. That's not Link Click, but... Damn, that's anti, though. It's... Why are there so many Wu-Changs? Because the Link Click skins are back. This is the best B tier in the game, by the way. This is the best B tier in the game. It's so goofy, I love it. Got a fucking needle on her head. It's so goofy. Absolutely best B tier. Peeper. Yeah, that was Inso. Peeper, Insolence, Wu-Chang. Isn't the best B tier Snake Off? Snake Off. There's milk in the headphones? Oh no. Don't tell me it's basement. Ah. We can't sell against the Wu-Chang, bro. Well, yep. That's all I wanted. Well, he cut me off, so... Cloud over walls to Shack. He still has his umbrella, that's the thing, and I would've got siphoned. Oh my god, that's so slow. Heal Cloud? No, that takes too much time. Heal Cloud takes 13 seconds. Heal Cloud takes 13 seconds, even at max speed. The Wind, I thought he would commit. That's why I did it. It was just a mind game. I thought he would commit. He didn't commit, though. Heal Cloud, though, it takes too long. You could have just used Cloud to fly. Where? Fly where, though? Where am I flying to? That's the thing. Like, where am I going to fly to? I can't fly anywhere. I don't make it against the Wu Chang. Motherfucker. Man. Fly to Shack, the Cloud doesn't get me. Even a max leveled Cloud doesn't get me that far. He's slugging. Fair, you could have backed up if you heard him swing, you get a free backup. That's fair. Zeus, you're doing a high A tier job. Okay, that's huge actually. That's huge. Pocket Watch is huge. Pocket Watch is actually really huge. I'm gonna do the other cipher. This should get him to come over here. I don't hear him. He's not holding Umbrella. Is he really just standing on him? No, he's kiting. Lethal magic. Pop? The fuck? I fucking missed the goddamn input, I guess. I fucking tapped over it. Okay, this magician needs to make sure he pings when the hunter's gonna... Okay. He's gonna chair. Okay, we get the draw. We get the draw. Yeah, this match Meteorologist kind of doing... Why are you saying pop to yourself? Because... Just do. Yeah, this match Meteor kind of didn't really do anything. But getting cut off from a Wu Chang, like, max use Cloud, I get to basement. I mean, it's still a basement. It doesn't help. Using a max use, no. Yeah, like, I understand what you guys are saying when the Wu Chang cut me off to use a max Cloud, but a max Cloud doesn't help me in that situation. Because then he just teleports, he's in White Guard, and then I still get cut off at basement anyway. You know? I'm still guaranteed practically to get double down regardless. Like, it's just... It was better to back off, yeah, like... That's why, like, I didn't even bother. Like, when I took the hit and I thought I could put... I was like, no, I'll just tough it out. Max Cloud would have done nothing? Yeah, it wouldn't have done me any justice there. If you had to get rescue, your best shot was the Cloud, yeah. Oh yeah, because Wu Chang's bell doesn't give a fuck about elevation, right? That shit just says, fuck you. Hmm. We have a rescuer. I can, I really like her limited, though. Like, her limited is so cute. It's a really good limited. It's a Mad Eyes. Word, I'll expect a Mad Eyes this time. Moonlit. Yeah, my fault, Acro. Respect you, gang. I'm gonna spawn here. Spawning here for the cipher. Hi, Zeus, it's me. Ah, hey. Hey, Knight. I'm spawning here for cipher. Respects the randoms? It's an acrobat, bro. You gotta respect that. Acro 4th? You gotta respect that. At least they swap Murray, yeah. Cypher God Kite. That is a Mad Eyes. First stop is also not locked, I think. Really? That really got me. It's kind of crazy. That's actually kind of wow. Wow, he's piecing us. Wow, he is piecing us. Okay. Holy shit, he does not play about his consoles. So we're probably gonna lose. You can heal it at least? Yeah, there's no point in healing it yet, though. It's only a chip. Oh my god. Matters with no comms, it's over. That was blink for first hit on the acro. Venti needs to get healed. Wow. That's full presence. You're on your own. Just too much durability usage for just one chip. It's not worth it. Alright, Auntie, we get it. You're mad. You're mad, bro. We understand. Good rescue. Auntie, you got chipped as well, baby girl. It's okay. Like, we're all getting fucked by this Mad Eyes. You're not any different. You're not any different. Merc getting a flawless rescue like that, an injureless rescue though, that's really good for us. Wow. He struggled. He actually struggled. Rescuers really aren't. Oh yeah, no, rescuers are treated like shit, bro. I used to be a rescue main. Like, I know. Overlooked. when we keep the pace of the game. Like, that struggle might unironically be the reason now why the Mad Eyes loses. Yeah, buddy, you don't have the energy for that bitch. I drained your console. The Mad Eyes was trying to hit you on balloons? That's why? Oh, wow. Where is he? He's over there. Whoa! Let me, Yep, no more energy. You can't. Oh, shit. That's insane to me! Well, it's now or never. Well. We were experimenting. Good to know that doesn't work now. Did Akra just not have any homegirl? You just ran into a wall. Oh, wow. So he just has... Well. Is he able? He's not able to decode. Overdrive. That chipped me? Stop it, please. Does he have detention? Re-escape. Just going for the gate in his face with no item, bold. He has to make a decision. He has to make a choice if I do that. He either lets the anti-escape or... yeah. Zeus, if you kite for 180 seconds and then admit Wendy's met on Twitter and not back down, I will give 50. Zeus, did I carry besides the TS? Yeah, those rescues are really good. Those rescues were really good. Like, those injureless rescues, like, those helped a lot. Because we didn't need to waste time healing. Those are really good. If Zeus had missed that, then I got beef with him again. Just want to face a meta hunter, bro. Like I said, bottom of A, high B. Like she's a capable. I'd make an if Zeus admits night S tier joke, but he already did. Yeah. Hey, yo, Zeus, Forsaken, Roblox if you want something different of sorts. Did anyone in the IDB fandom not beef with? No, a lot of people do, because they don't agree with my takes. But even though a lot of my takes aren't even hot, they're just preferences on what I value. You just don't want to be harassed, and I can respect that. You don't want to be touched in your no-no square. No. I can understand that. Why you gotta phrase it like that? I don't know, it just randomly popped up in my head. I was one of them, but it's enjoyable because it's not an actual argument, just beef about the meta. Yeah. Leo's memory yet again. Hey, look, guys, Gardener, A tier. Oh, I'll actually get chased. I'll more than likely get chased this match. This is good. Come on. Discussions about IDB are fun as hell, but when you go to shit like NGP, it's actual art. Yeah. When I discuss with like Bortley, Keeful, like if you guys go on Twitter, me and Bortley have gone at it. But me and Bortley, we know that it's just priorities. Same thing with Key. Same thing with Wendy and them. Like, we know it's just like, yeah, like I can understand it. Like, it's called a debate for a reason. It's just, you know, like you just start seeing each other's point of views. What the fuck is it? Oh, hell. Fucking cat lady. Oh, she got the co-accessory. That means she's clean with it. Fast pilot break. Actually, fuck you. Can the cat run out? Can it run out? Can it run out? Jesus fucking Christ. This fucking cat doesn't run out, bro. She's confused on where I went. I didn't ping for it for a reason! Shit. You really just walked through that. Shit. Well, I'm fucked or I'm fucked. I'm fucked or I'm fucked. I'm fucked or I'm fucked. There's not much I could do. If I had a seer owl, her having confined, by the way, like actually did fuck me. If she didn't have, I would really love to have a seer owl. Please, bro. If I had a seer, should have went the other way. What do you mean? Oh, like yeah. Should have struggled harder, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. If the seer just didn't owl me. Wendy doesn't care about confined. Wait, what? What? Are you dead ass? I can go above it? No way. Oh, that gap in Leo's, there's a gap to the side. Oh, shit. I kind of just threw, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of just threw. Alright. At least I prevented the Merc from getting hit, though. I stopped the Merc from getting hit. If you push this again, I struggle. Okay. There's a spot you can go around in confined space, but you likely would have been dead regardless. Yeah, because she just vaults the window on the cat. It was after half?! 94-second kite. My first kite. My only kite was 94 seconds. My only kite was 94 seconds. Also, by the way, I want you guys to know that that play on the stairs, that was completely a hard gamble. I want you guys to know right there. That was all a gamble. I had no idea if that would work or not. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I had zero clue if that would work. I took a complete gamble doing that. In my head, I was like, you know, if I go high enough, I should be able to make the rail, right? And then I made it, and I was like, cool. I experimented with her, but not that much. Hmm. Oy. If she was the... Oh, the confined probably only had, like, maybe another 5 seconds on it. I got a night player. Brother Laji, is that you? It's the Mad Eyes again? Yeah. Forward Priestess here. I will say, on the fun scale, she's up there. I really enjoy. Could we get 100 right? Maybe. It just depends. On the fun scale, she's up there. On the fun scale, she's up there. She's really fun. Like, I'm enjoying playing her a lot. Come on. It's not a Mad Eyes, it's a... Oh, it's a Fool's Gold. I think you didn't quite commit enough to the gamble for it to work. Like, you could have gambled hard by going out further and went for the drop down if she dropped. Yeah. I'm disappointed to see this ugly creature called Fool's Gold. Oh, he's supporting. There's Blink. Don't tell me it's basement again, bro! Where's the beware? Like, damn. I can't get a beware hunter change to why are we not rescuing this? We're supporting the lawyer. Don't get it, I am. Well, they didn't get out of basement. They're doing all this and they didn't even get out of basement. They're doing all this and they didn't even get out of basement. Don't have RD. Does he not know? Yo, bro, we can't be dying basement again, man. Should probably try to heal. Not until I finish the cipher. I need to finish the cipher first before I try to heal. Otherwise, there's no point. If I don't finish the cipher and he dies on it, then we lose. Okay. Now I heal. Yeah, cipher's 40. If he rocks the cipher, heal? Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. And then I'll just make a mini cloud. Actually, never mind, because it's basement. Did bro not see me? Wow! Yo! Don't run into him. Oh my god. Bro, he's running away from us. Bro, please. We can push this. Oh, okay. Wow. He was so close to it. You thrower? He wasn't near the dungeon everywhere. He wasn't near the dungeon. If he was on the dungeon, the second I left, it would have opened and he would have escaped. Bro. You had night. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's right there. Like, yeah, like that. A night prediction plus a Wendy pushback is a lethal combo because if you get the prediction wrong, you stand still for me to then push you back and eat shit. If he just followed us, bro, if he went to us, we could have got it. We could have got that, man. That was 3-man potential right there. He was on it, bro. If he was on it, he would have got it then. The fact that he didn't get it means he wasn't on it. When you're on dungeon, the second you leave, the dungeon opens. If he was on it, he would have escaped the second I was registered as exiting. Wind saved you twice in basement. The first time he didn't even see me. The second time, I don't know how I didn't die. Oh, we got the 50th fin. With VC comms, you had that? Yeah. What the fuck are we doing for these spawns? Okay, there we go. Rewatch the match then? I don't need to rewatch the match. I saw him crawling to the dungeon when I escaped. He wasn't on it. Like, he wasn't on it. Again, if he was on it when I left, it doesn't matter how long it took me to leave. If he was on it when I left, it would have frame one opened and he would have escaped. Whoa. Please, 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 Lord, give me strength. Yep, that's something. Wow. Yo, bro. Well, can't do no, well, can't do that. My nigga! What are we doing? Oh, Zeus, you want a duo? Sure. Would Cloud not have been better? In that moment, I wasn't thinking about Cloud. I was just thinking of Push. Because my concern with that is that Cloud in hindsight is better. It's just I don't like the idea of using Cloud because of how... Jesus fucking Christ. Of how much bottle consumption. Pick me up, bro. Pick me up. Oh my goddamn match. Well, yeah, Z's, we can duo for like the last 10 minutes. Also, hi, Vina. My teammates are actual shitters. I don't know what's going on, but my teammates are shitters. And I know people are gonna see that and be like, oh, Zeus, they're making mistakes. Bro, there are some mistakes you shouldn't be making in high tier. I'm sorry. It was more of a joke since the forward, but sure. Oh, the ADHD kind of kicked in. Like, people are gonna be like, oh, Zeus, we all make mistakes. Some mistakes you shouldn't be making in high tier, bro. I'm really sorry. Certain mistakes you just should not be making in high tier. Like, there are mistakes, and then there are mistakes. AKA just objectively horrible plays that you shouldn't have even thought of doing. Maybe the mistake they made is being in this tier? Eh. Funny. Accelerated decoding at 4 fucking ciphers, man. He used self-heal. He already used self-heal. And I can't pick him up. Yup, can't pick him up. Goodbye. Yeah, not like mechanical skill issues I can understand because hey, sometimes we just don't have enough practice with a character. But when it comes to shit like this, like bro, where's the game sense at? Like you should know I'm gonna pick this up like I'm doing this like now. What is the item, I wonder? A football. Okay. I'm gonna 2v8 style this. I can't use the cloud either because the hunter can actually see the cloud, guys. That's why I'm not using it. I'm not using the healing cloud. That's why I'm not. Nah, gang, I want my dungeon point, I'm not gonna lie. I need to point farm. For this atrocity of a match, I need to point farm. I'm not trying to lose tier points. Okay. Tried it. Oh, motherfuck. So, I wonder if... What? Yo! He really got that shit. This nigga really hitting my chair. Like, my other two teammates didn't throw. You having fun there, buddy? You having fun there? What is he doing? Yeah, enjoy the win, bro. Enjoy the win. I'm sure. Wait, was Finn crawling towards you to tell your location? I have no idea. Maybe he was, actually. Maybe he was. Maybe he was, actually, now that I think about it. Such a hard work win, right? Like, I'm sure this must be your first win the entire session, bro. Like, I'm sure this must be your first win for the entire session, bro. I'm glad you had it. I'm happy for you, bro. You can have your cake and eat it, gang. All yours. All yours, gang. All yours. Don't you worry. I got a -3 for that at least, so at least the game knows my teammates were the problem and not me. Look at their win rate? Nah, no point. I already have an idea of what their win rates are. No need to do that. Oy. Oh wow, the Joseph tweet that I posted is actually doing numbers. Lakeside Village. Alright, Meteor Girl. Let's see if we can end it off on a win. I'm playing with Zeus? Nah, it was like jokey joke shits. It was only the last 5 minutes of the session anyway. Dun, 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 dun. There's people that trade buy accounts that are higher tier than they rank up to change just out of pure luck with no effort. Real. Dun, 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 dun. I would have joined if we had like another hour. Exactly. Yeah. If we had like another hour, then yeah. Potential man, yeah. Big old potential man cowboy. Dun, 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 dun. What did the hunter spawn? Oh. Chase me. You want to chase the milk girl? I'm the milkman. I'm the milkman. I bring the milk to the house. I'm the milkman. I got chocolate milk. I got strawberry milk. I got vanilla milk. It's a clerk. Dun, 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 dun. The best flavor of milk is banana milk. I can respect that. I'm basic. I just like chocolate. Chat, my wife is here. Sound the wedding bells. Aww. Yo, watch if it's a warp clerk, guys. Warp clerk. That was first hit. Blink is up. She's starting her shit. She's starting her bullshit. There's Blink. Hopefully that wasn't a terror shot. Yeah. Okay. You have really slow decoding on the team, though. Which kind of sucks. To call themselves the milkman, y'all are freaks. Okay, but like, it's cause, you know, she has a cow skin on, you know? She has like, you know, she has a cowgirl skin on, like, you know? He serves milk at the schools. You better not main Norton and say that to me. They didn't do mid. What cipher was the officer doing? What the fuck? Was it this one? Oop. I called her Moo Moo Meteorologist like that. Oh yeah. Moo Moo, what was it, like Moo Moo Valley or some shit? From Mario? Like Moo Moo Hills, something. Moo Moo something. If an arrow main called themselves the milkman, I get it. Yo, bro, you're right, you're right. You guys are getting a little bit feral here. Let's calm down, kids. Moo Moo Meadows. So realistically, we only need one cipher. Realistically, no one's getting that fucking rescue unless I go for it. So, yeah. Okay. Let's go. It's go time. Oh. Why would you? The cowboy missed his lasso. Just go, just go, just go. I'll let the cowboy take it from here. He has a healing build on. He has a healing build. There's the second blink. Oh my god, she blink predicted. Too bad it didn't matter. That's why I say he should have just been supporting. He probably used his lasso. He didn't use his lasso. She did an auto pickup. He didn't use his lasso. Holy shit. Cowboy might save it. Drop again. He didn't use it. Oh no, he did use it. Thank God they added this exit. Wind. If I can last a little bit longer, I can cloud. Wow.
Oh.
That animation takes too long, bro. That startup animation takes way too long. I was already, like... That startup animation takes too long. I can't drop any pallets because it's a clerk. Because of the animation, exactly. Like... That startup just is so bad, man. Give her, like, a faster startup animation on that. Have no more fucking bottle now. All I can do is come here and pally. Oh, shit! Oh my fucking god, I'm the luckiest jackass to ever touch the world. Window speed, but she messed up her... What? She...
Oh.
What? She got that? That was fair? I guess on my end, it didn't look fair, but yeah. For me, that just didn't look fair because I was already halfway over and she was still turning the corner, but... She got blinked and off. We just lose. I just really wish that startup, and if I got that startup, I think I actually just live. Yeah, okay, yeah, just go to my pallet. Yeah, just go to the pallet that I need to go to. Yeah. Don't use your lasso to go somewhere else. Go to the pallet that I need to go to. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Homegirl did not give a fuck. Check your kite time. I got -1 at least. 100. No, it was 92. 92 seconds is my kite time. Yep, Cowboy did absolutely nothing. Cowboy did literal nothing. That was 92, yeah. Kind of just decoded and got cut at the end, yeah. That's really all I'm supposed to do. Well, that's gonna be it, chat. think my 1D adjustments will be like 5% less for push out, heal buff when healing inside of the rain, and maybe a speed buff on how fast Cloud rises. Yeah. Ay. Well, guys. If you want an evening rank Saturday, Zeus, I'm free. Say less. We can evening rank then on Saturday. Well, guys, that's gonna be it for stream. Hope you all enjoyed. Yeah, and I will catch you out for tomorrow's evening stream. We'll probably start early again, so that way then, you know, we can watch more shit. Yeah, thank you all for coming out. Don't forget to subscribe, join the Discords. Yeah. Expecting another early stream to react to other tier lists? Yep, practically. Anyways, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.